Okay, greetings. Welcome to Chapter 32 of the Ute and Slug campaign. We keep on chugging. You guys last time got into a bit of a scrap. You had departed, actually, a couple scraps now that I remember. You guys left Everland for Silvery Moon. You were going to follow up on some of the quest leads that you guys had. And on the way, actually not that far out of town at all, you ran into a belligerent band of bandits. I'd say that 5 times fast. Anyway, they tried to shake you guys down for some money, but you weren't having any of that, so you pretty much had to deal with them. I can't remember if you just left the bodies there and went back into town and said, "Hey, there's a bunch of dead guys out there."
Here's some horses.
We took their horses.
That's right. Yeah, you took their horses.
Yeah.
But you decided to go on foot, so you didn't really lose that much time. So you just kind of headed out again, and this time the rest of your trip was, uneventful. So you arrived at Silvery Moon. Samuel hailed from Silvery Moon, and actually his folks still lived in the city. So that's where you guys went, and his folks made you feel right at home, offered you a meal, offered you a place to stay for the night, and they were able to supply a little bit of information on some of the quests that you guys were following up on, specifically the Marjester family. You were following up on a lead of them from Othavir and Tribor. And they supposedly had some sort of a cache of magic items in a gate or in a carriage house next to a tower on their property. So you were asking, hey, who are these Margisters? Where do they live? And Samuel's folks they knew who they were. Apparently, they were a pretty powerful and well-known noble family that had some ties to Waterdeep, and that their estate was just outside of Silvery Moon to the west. And apparently it was really easy to spot. They had their family sigil, which is like a talon clutching some arrows or something like that on a shield. But they also heard that these Margisters were rumored to be devil worshippers. So they were saying, yeah, be careful. And you guys were like, yeah, whatever. So the next day, you guys made your way west along the Raven Road. Your other objective that you were looking up was Zemorvin Hall, which was another lead from Tribor. But the Marjester estate was supposedly on the way, and sure enough, you guys didn't get too far outside of Silvery Moon when you found this little private drive marked with the sigil that had been described. So you just traipsed right on up this little private drive, wound its way through a wooded area, and wound up to a locked gate, which you guys then started loudly banging and shouting, "Hey, let us in, let us in." Nobody responded to any of your calls, so you're like, "Oh, okay," and you picked the lock and went right on in. The drive went a little bit further, and before too long, you emerged next to the tower and this gatehouse, and there you came face to face with two guards who, and I think you actually did do some additional shouting. Anyway, these guards saw you, and they were like, "Hey, get the hell out of here. What are you doing?" As usual, you guys were your charming selves, and I don't know, you were just
charming.
Yeah, asking to talk to somebody, and they were just having none of it. Eventually, it was pretty inevitable that this would turn into a combat, which it did. So they started fighting, but it soon became pretty clear these guys were not, they looked human, but they were definitely not human. They appeared to be some sort of fiendish half-breeds with the ability to cast these rays of fire at you. That said, they weren't really that tough, and it looked like they would have been defeated pretty easily without too much trouble, but suddenly you guys started getting engulfed in all these fireball explosions coming from the tower.
Yeah, specifically, Valdry got his
Yeah, well, you all kind of, got cooked pretty badly.
I was going to say, Dave and I went down like twice, so I don't know.
Yeah, he proved to be a really challenging opponent. He was some invisible spellcaster. You could tell that spells were being cast, but whoever it was not visible. After you guys dealt with the two guards, you ran over to the tower and made your way in after numerous other spells got cast at you. You ran up the tower, but then you found the door or the window up on the upper floor was open, and he must have been outside, but still invisible. And then he cast more spells and took down a couple more of you guys. Anyway, after running around and investigating the tower and looking high and low, eventually he must have run out of spells, the spellcaster, because you couldn't find him, and no more nasty spells got cast on you. So you're not sure what happened to the spellcaster, but as of now, the grounds are quiet. Apparently, nobody else was present on the property. So that's where we left off, and where I will move you guys back to that map on the estate. Now, you guys had pretty thoroughly explored the tower. I see we got Donkey Kong and Grape Ape still up there. We pretty much just left off, but I took you off I got rid of the initiative order because you're out of combat.
Yeah.
So you've explored the tower, but you have not yet explored the gate or the carriage house. There's a big set of double doors that looked like they open outward.
Can we do a short rest so I can burn some hit dice?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want
I
to.
agree. I think
Yeah,
we should do that.
I'm down to 19 points, so yeah, be a good idea.
Get into a defensible position and just take a brief rest because I got my ass kicked.
I believe the tower door actually got broken down, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but the second level is okay.
So as far as defensible, that's kind of a a relative term, but
well, we're not going to get hit with fireballs if we're on the second level in theory.
Right.
Unless he shoots them through the hole that a grape ape knocked in the roof as well, but
yeah, that's right, because Paul climbed up on top and came down through the roof. Where on the third floor you did find that.
That was grape ape, not Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay, yeah, one of the two. Actually, yeah, I was.
Actually, Donkey Kong and Grape Ape are the same, aren't they? No, Grape Ape is Paul. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Need to make you we need to find that. Well, yeah, you find the logo anywhere of actual Grape Ape so I can tell you apart. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to secure yourselves inside, you can. I mean, you could, if nothing else, stack up crates or something in front of the open doorway if you want to feel more secure.
Oh, Samuel, going right in the middle there.
Right in the middle of that summoning circle. Yes, that's a perfect place.
Hey, what's this for?
What does this do?
What's this do?
Make sure you light the candles first and start chanting before you fall asleep.
Yeah. That sounds like a really good idea. All
right.
So you guys are going to take a short rest.
Yeah.
You are not disturbed during your short rest, so you can feel free to apply any hit dice that you may have on hand or regenerate.
So we should revert back from. Well, I should revert back from Donkey Kong into my normal form. So that'll.
Any spells with a duration shorter than an hour would have expired.
Oh, where did my normal character go? Let's see.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
There he is. He's up in the corner.
Today is Flame Rule 14th. There is a light rain apparently falling, but you guys have 16 more. 16 more days before the when you were planning to meet Harshnag.
Okay.
I've been trying to keep a tally going. But yes, you're able to get a short rest, and you are undisturbed. The estate is still quiet.
All right. I'm at 44. I did 5 of them.
I'm up to 63. That's almost my max, so I'm all right.
I'm up to 49, which is not my max, but here I am anyway.
So what you going to do next?
Well, should we go bust down the door of the carriage house?
I'm going to suggest that I ritual cast detect magic first.
Okay, so you guys approach the carriage house, and why don't you guys arrange yourselves wherever you want to be?
I'll step over the dead body.
I was going to say I can get rid of these dead bodies. We'll say
we're not gonna.
The guards didn't have anything really of note on them besides their weapons, which were pretty plain. They primarily used their fancy fiery rays. So if everyone's where they want to be, Samuel, you cast Detect Magic. Where are you kind of pointing it?
Well, I mean, it lasts for 10 minutes,
Mhm.
so I would just kind of look around the whole outside area here.
Okay, are you going
I
to
would,
Radar.
circumnavigate the whole carriage house?
yeah.
Okay. Going around, you can tell right away that there's actually magic emanating from the sliding wooden door in the front. Apart from that, there are no windows on the ground floor. There are windows on the second story, however, a couple of them facing, I believe, east and west. Oh, actually, on 4 sides. Each side of the building has a window looking up. But no other magic can be detected. Let me just check something here.
So those windows don't appear magical.
Yeah. When you get around, hang on. So let me move this down here. You are at the north. When you're on the east side of the building and the south side, you kind of can tell that there's something else. You get a fainter magical aura coming from within, but you can kind of tell it's behind the wall, so you can't really localize it.
But this door is kind of glowing.
The door definitely is magical, or at least has a magical aura on it.
All right. I'm gonna look to see if there's any like traps or anything. What do I roll for that?
If you want to just check, you can make a perception to see if you see any traps.
18.
None that you can find.
Okay. I'll try using my. Is it locked?
I don't know. Are you gonna try and open it?
Yep.
You try pulling it aside. I mean, it's got an obvious kind of handle that looks like it slides, like kind of like a barn door, but it's more like inset, like you have to pull it out and slide it. You try pulling it out to slide it, and it will not budge.
I'm gonna peek around the corner while he was doing that.
Well, you said that you circumnavigated the whole thing, or are you just saying you're keeping watch?
Yeah, I'm keeping watch, but also staying out of the way in case any sort of explosion happens.
Gotcha. Okay. Understood. Line of
Kinda
fire. Okay.
twofold.
Yeah, I'm not standing by the door. I'm like, hey, go ahead, man. You go ahead, Mirror. Give it a shot.
I did.
So I'm sorry. What were you
Not
going to
moving.
try and do, Mirror? You tried pulling it and it won't budge.
How high up are the windows on this building?
Let's see. I would say that the first story, the ground floor is taller. I'm just going to say that they're probably about 20, 25 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, more like 20 feet maximum.
Okay. Still.
Oh. You can't. It won't open for me, so.
What is this carriage house made out of?
I believe it's made of stone. Yes, it is a stone frame with the door itself is wooden.
So I've got some pittons and a hammer. Could I kind of build a way to climb up to the window?
Sure. Yeah, I would say you'd be able to do that. Just like use normal rock climbing gear to. Yeah. Well, how many pitons do you have?
I have 10.
Okay. Yeah. I would say you would just need to kind of make a climb check, or do you have a kind of a skill? Like, are you proficient in your use or something?
No,
Okay.
not necessarily. I just have them.
Yeah. Then I would just probably make a dex check to use them. Or no, athletics. Sorry, it would be athletics.
Oh boy. Nope. I don't know how to use these.
Well, you're able to get them in there, but you can't figure out how to get yourself up past like the first few.
Wouldn't an acrobatics be a better one?
Well, it's technically a
like that
climb
one
check,
better.
so because it's not like
Dang
you.
it.
What if you had someone up there who was dangling a rope to you? Then it would be different. But you're actually kind of supporting yourself and also trying to get the next one in there. So you're kind of.
Do you want me to
Right.
get? Do you want me to get up there for you? And
Yeah.
Then,
Well, I can hand these over to you as well if you
well, I'll
want to
just, I'll
try
just,
it.
I could just turn into an ape and.
Oh yeah, that's
Or a
true.
spider or whatever you want, right? I don't know. So
Whatever
you want to
I
get up?
want?
Whatever you want. So how about this? How about I do?
You can
You
turn
wanna
into
climb-
something that can climb up there with a rope. Do you have a rope or?
Yeah, I do. Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. What do I got here? I'm assuming I want to have something that I can tie. So not like a frog or a spider. Right? So ooh,
Well, we can always tie it around you if you're like an ape. Just tie it
well,
around
as
your
an ape,
waist.
I would have hands that I could tie off a rope, right?
Yeah.
So I will become a miniature grape ape.
A miniature grape ape? How does that work?
It's just a regular ape.
Okay.
What about a large wooden badger?
And I will have it has a climb rating of 30, so I'll just climb up there. I'll have a rope and I will pull Samuel up.
Okay. Which window are you trying to enter on?
Whatever one Samuel says he wants to climb in.
I would suggest this one here on this wall.
Okay.
There you go.
I drew
That's what I'm doing.
or revealed like the outline of the second story off to the right there. So you would be
Yeah. So would that
Yeah,
be
yeah, it would
that
be it.
one?
okay. So yeah, Paul, you're able to climb up. You don't even need to make a check with the plus 30. So you're able to climb up there easily and kind of hang from like the side if you want. Do you? You can look through the window and it doesn't. There aren't like shades or anything like that. It looks like they're unblocked. If you want to look in the window, you can.
I will look in the window.
Okay, you see a pretty wide. It's all one single room. It basically looks like the second story of this place, and there are some barrels and crates stacked about. You see actually a couple of sleeping bags, as well as a staircase going down.
Okay, well, I'll open the window.
It looks like it is actually latched on the inside.
I will break the fucking window.
Okay. I'm not even going to need to have you make a strength check for that. You're able to just smash through it, and yes.
And then I will dangle the rope down and grunt. Come on. Whatever.
Why do you sound like a dog?
Yeah. How does an ape sound?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just start
Okay.
flinging poop.
Yeah, no, don't.
Right.
Don't do that.
All right,
Give
so
him
Samuel,
ideas.
Throw poop at it.
yeah, throw. You're able to climb up without needing to make a climb check once you've got the rope. And
Okay.
how much do you weigh? I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue, but
Oh, let's see. I personally weigh 145 pounds, and then my stuff is another 80 pounds. So
all right. I'm assuming if you're doing
220 pounds.
the ape thing, I'm pretty sure your strength would be good enough to
Oh yeah.
hold on, no problem.
Well, I could also, leverage and stuff. I mean, I have a 16 strength, but theoretically, I could put my feet on the floor and just hold onto the rope and
Right.
I don't know. He's just
Yeah,
climbing up.
And I'm
so.
climbing. You're not pulling me up. so
Right.
I'm
You're just
helping as
basically
well, like,
making sure you don't let go of the rope. You're just holding it in place.
Correct. Well, psych.
Well, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of a tug of war thing, but yeah, it's not. You're able to brace it just fine. So, Samuel, you're able to climb up the rope, and when you get there, you see what I already described. So you basically can put yourself in the room if you wish.
Anybody else want to climb up too?
Yep. Well, mirror
Sure.
climb up.
Yeah, anybody who
When
wants
I-
to follow can.
I'm going to investigate to see if it seems like anyone's been sleeping here recently.
Yeah, you can tell that there's. I mean, the sleeping bags are definitely, they're not like stale or musty or anything like that. They look like they've been rolled out, not long. I mean, they may have been there for a while, but they look clean, like they've been laundered. And you see a couple like plates stacked off to the side. They've been
Probably
cleaned
the
up.
2 guards we wasted. Was
Yep.
their bunkhouse.
That's what I wonder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you figure that's a fair assumption to probably make.
So I think we're all in there.
I don't know which is this the top of the stairs.
Yeah, that goes down. You can see that there's another level below this one, and the stairs
all the
go down
good
another
stuff
20
is.
feet to the ground level, or a little bit
I'm gonna
less, like 18 feet.
try to crouch down and look down the stairs and see if I see anything.
Yeah,
or any-
and you actually see and hear something. You see a large wooden carriage, and actually 2 horses that are actually ready to go. Look like they're actually hitched to this wagon, and
Get up.
they
fool.
have not spotted you. They may have heard you, but they don't see you. You're quiet enough that when you look down, they don't immediately spot you. And there's also a large wooden table with a bunch of things like for fixing up, like hitching posts and
Oh,
carriage. I mean, it's basically like carriage repair stuff. It doesn't look like anything too interesting there.
Oh, but it
Yeah,
looks like.
I'm,
Should we all go gently down?
yeah, I'm gonna go down. I mean, I'm not gonna be
yeah.
rambunctious or anything, so as to
Yes.
try not to spook the horses or anything.
Right.
Yeah, if you're moving slowly and quietly, or not making any sudden
Respectfully.
movements or anything, they don't. They turn around and look at you, and then kind of look away half disinterestedly, like horses can do.
Yeah.
But they don't seem upset that you're there.
I'm gonna look inside the. Well, is that an open wagon or is that a closed wagon?
That is a carriage. It's a closed carriage.
Okay. I'm gonna look inside the carriage, see if there's anyone or anything in it.
I'll look back here.
Okay. It looks like the carriage has a space for like a driver up front. There is like
I'll go make friend with the horsies.
There is a section on the back that looks like it can like hold luggage or other valuables, but it's currently empty. There is a door on the carriage, but it does have a window, but it looks like there's a curtain. And the window is
bony
fairly
hand.
small, like about 6 inches by 6 inches. So it's not like a big window.
I'll look on the floor. What's the floor like? Is it dirt or?
Of the carriage house itself, it looks like basically it's wood, but it looks like it's been built on top of the ground to provide more
Alright.
stability. It's slightly raised off the stone foundation.
I'll take some time and see if I can find a hidden space or
Well,
trapdoor.
we see the staircase over here, right?
That's a staircase
that-
going back up to the second floor.
Yeah, going back
Oh,
up.
going back up. Okay.
That's what's
You know
stair
what I'm
came down.
thinking? Free
we
carriage.
saw it when we walked down.
Yeah.
Free carriage. Yeah, but where's all the stuff that's supposed to be in here?
Yeah, I know.
In the carriage, probably.
No, I'm talking
What'd I
about all
say?
the magical items, right?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
supposed to be magic here.
In the carriage.
If you guys want
Alright,
to
well,
make an
I
insight
look-
check, if you want to remember what Othavir said.
Sure.
Ah,
Wow, I don't remember shit.
yeah.
Kyle, you definitely seem to recall something about it being, in the carriage.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorrendiel knows
Yeah.
what's
Sorrendiel,
going
you
on.
you definitely have the right idea. You remember him specifically saying that the carriage,
You dumbass.
yeah, the items are in the carriage, which is protected by an alarm spell, and the items are hidden in a compartment under the passenger seat.
Okay. Well, like I said before, free carriage. Anybody? I have counterspell, but I don't have dispel.
So
or even that spell.
I have the other spell. The other thing spell.
I don't have silence either. Would that work?
Yeah, that might work.
Does anybody have silence? You can cast
Paul, would you
silence
have
in
that?
the area.
Well, I can, and but I don't have it prepared, so I cannot ritually cast it.
What does alarm do?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Knowledge Arcana.
Oh,
Yeah, Serenial, you
Tim,
definitely
why do
know.
you know everything.
You definitely know what an alarm spell is. I mean, you can look it up on the spells in the compendium. But there's basically you can designate things that will or won't set off the alarm. The alarm alerts the spellcaster, the person who casts the alarm spell.
Probably that
Right.
invisible spellcaster who ran off.
we could just
Yeah.
open the door and see what happens, and then wait.
Right.
And then waste
They
him when he
already
gets
know
here.
we're here anyway.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna surprise
Okay, let's
anybody.
make sure the doors are completely shut though, in case the alarm triggers the horses to go run off or something.
The front doors are still untouched. I mean, they're
Okay,
still
good.
closed.
So they're closed.
And we
Okay.
couldn't open them before.
All
What about
right.
from the inside?
You guys okay with me opening up the carriage?
Gonna stand over here.
It might be a glyph, but that's all right. I'll take it.
Yeah, get in the corner.
Trying to think if I've got anything ready I could cast on it to protect you or anything like that.
Do you have any like protect elements kind of a thing? Oh, wait a minute. Do I have mage hand? I'm backing that up. I'm going up. I'm gonna like go upstairs and look down and cast mage hand.
Okay.
All right, I'm following you up the stairs.
All right. So you go to the second story and you cast Mage Hand.
Well, hell yeah, let's see
Out
what
of there?
happens.
Yeah, okay. I cast mage hand.
All right.
Toucher, if you're out there, are you saying anything? He's been quiet for a while.
Yeah.
I am not doing anything. I'm letting you guys blow yourselves up.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Disconnect.
I'll go upstairs too.
Anybody remember the
Okay.
carriage in
Just to be
Strahd
safe.
when you?
Yes.
Okay. So you cast Mage
Yes,
Hand, and there is a regular door handle on the side of the carriage, which.
Have the mage hand just turn the handle and open the door.
Okay. It is not locked. The handle turns, opens up, and both horses explode. No.
That'd be cool, actually.
You do not hear anything.
Okay.
Right.
All
I
right.
wouldn't think we
So
would.
I just want to make sure it wasn't a glyph or anything.
Yeah, that's
All
what I was afraid of.
No.
Wait,
Yeah, there's no immediate,
gonna-
obvious magical effect that you can see.
All right, then I have the mage hand go in before you come down, Samuel.
What?
Because
Oh.
it was under what?
I don't.
From what
The
what Oathevere described, it would be hidden under the a secret compartment under the passenger seat, inside.
Okay, can I have the mage hand? All right, I'm gonna go down, I guess, closer, but tell everybody else stay back just yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna go as close as I have to be able to see it, and I have the mage hand kind of look for the secret compartment if I can like feel it.
I would
or
say you'd
find
have to
it.
basically have your head sticking in the side of the carriage to
All
be
right,
able to
fine.
see.
I go out there and I stick my head in. And just
Okay.
touch it.
Fine.
Well, I have the mage hand touch it just in case.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's. I would say that. How are you trying to manipulate? Because you don't get like a sensory feeling
I'll
through its
just go ahead.
fingers or anything.
I'll
Like
just go ahead.
if you want to
I'll
try and detect any hidden catches or anything, you can see that there's a
I'll
seat,
just-
like a
I'll
regular passenger, wooden passenger seat there.
I'll just personally look around and feel around and see if I can find a hidden compartment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even. You don't even need to make a like a perception check or anything. After feeling around a little bit, you can tell that definitely the passenger area, like beneath the seat, it looks like it's hollow. I mean, you can kind of rap on it and it sounds like it's hollow. And it's pretty easy to tell you can easily just lift the passenger seat up and move it off to the side.
I do that and I yell at everybody, okay, you can come down now. I didn't blow up.
Okay, and inside you do indeed have some items. That's basically it looks like a bundle, just kind of like wrapped in a blanket, just kind of curled on itself. Which
So I'm going to be in this corner, and I'm watching for these front doors to open. I'm going to have a readied action for Sacred Flame as soon as if something comes in there.
Good idea.
And the bundle is quite small. Do you unwrap the blanket?
Sure.
No need to be timid anymore.
I have
Like,
Mirror grab one edge and I grab the other and we start rolling it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a very small stash. It looks like there are seem to be 3 potions and a scroll of some sort.
All right. Well, who's got the bag of holding?
I got the bag of holding.
Oh,
Don't I?
Yeah.
Yes,
Then
I
I'll
have.
hand it
I have
over.
the bag of holding.
I look at the scroll just to see if I can identify what kind of scroll it is. I should be able to do that.
Yeah, I am trying to see if he's it. Let me see. It is a wizard spell, and it is Mind Spike.
Wow.
Mind freak.
Chris Angel. Mind freak.
Awesome.
Yep. So
All right. Well, then I'll hand it to Mir to put in the bag. Put it in the
Oh, you
bag.
got one too, Mirror? Okay, cool.
the potions.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Oh, I'm Valdry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I handed it over to Valdry. Stick it in the bag, Valdry.
I will place it in the bag.
That's it, though. 3 potions and something seems screwy. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. I feel cheated almost. I think we ought to.
Right.
I think we ought to torch this place.
We heroically burned this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who,
Now.
who was our source anyway?
What's that?
Who was our source for this information?
Othovir from Tribor. He was the
Yeah.
one that owned the shop that was in trouble, and you helped him out. The villagers, the rest of the villagers, were picking on him because he was from the Lion, or associated with the Lion Shield caster.
Right.
Or
He's kinda
sorry, a
full of
competitor
shit.
to the Lion Shield.
Yeah.
Well, as it stands, we still can't open the big doors to get out, so we might have to go back out through the window.
Well, hold on.
We
We haven't tried to
identify.
open from the inside, have we?
No, that's true. Can't imagine, but
If you,
Like you
Just to
said.
be careful, just to be very, very thorough, let's all take a investigation, I guess, to make sure that we didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Or would that be your perception?
that would be perception, and I will roll those.
Yay.
I rolled like shit. So. I have feet, apparently.
For searching for traps, and you want to do a deliberate roll, I always roll those. And
Oh, I wasn't looking for traps. I was just looking for.
no, I know
You're
for
just
secret doors, yeah,
searching.
or
Mhm.
just spotting anything. Apart from what I've already described, you don't find anything else of interest after a pretty thorough search.
Okay.
well, should we take the carriage?
I'm gonna go upstairs and look through these barrels.
The barrels look like they just contain
Apples, gravy, very small
yeah,
rocks.
very small rock. Exactly. Yeah, just I'd say they probably actually contain maybe wine.
Shoes.
They wouldn't have really.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Where's jugs when we need them?
Yeah.
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 And the crates, anything in those?
Those. Do you want to open them up?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So if you crack one of those open, it looks like they contain basically horse food.
Okay.
Horse.
I take some of the horse food and I bring it over by one of the horses and I just hold it in front of them.
Okay.
Just a handful.
Yeah, they happily start munching away at it.
Good horsey.
Good horsey. Don't blow up.
Yeah.
Ah! All right. Does any of us have animal handling or
Yeah, I do.
I'm not
Ye-
bad at it.
Oh, yeah,
you
I'm not.
guys?
I don't have it as a thing. Well, I have a 5, a +5.
Oh. You're right. I've got +3.
All right. Well, if one of you wants to drive, I'm happy to go shotgun.
All right.
Yeah.
There's
Go
enough
ahead,
room in the carriage that 4 of you could sit inside of it while one person steers it.
Right.
Well, I was thinking though that one of us ride shotgun to protect the driver in case we get attacked by fireball wielding dickheads who come back to.
Yeah.
Be a
'Cause you know
little
he's
bit
on the
tight
way.
on there for it's meant for a single driver.
Oh, is it meant for single driver? There's no shotgun. All right, that's fine then. I'll get inside. You're on your own.
Yep. Somebody's got to open the doors.
All right, I'll go over and open the doors. You guys all want to get in? Any objections?
No, sure.
Will Mini Ape fit in?
Yeah, or he can ride on top.
He's normal
On
size.
the back. He's normal
so-
size. Come on in.
Well, you're mini compared to your former.
Yes.
Sure.
size.
Right.
Tell you what, I'll ride on top just for fun.
Oh, there you go.
Just
Cool.
so people can see an ape riding on top of a carrot.
Oh, you should
And-
do it
and-
kind of like Teen Wolf, where you do the whole like.
Oh yeah. Yes.
All right, I go over to I try to open the garage doors.
Okay, they won't budge.
All right, I take a look at them. If anything I can tell or see, is it locked? Is it?
You
Like
see no
welded shut?
obvious mechanical locking mechanism.
All right.
Magically locked.
Can the ape break him down?
Probably. Might freak the horses
Try.
out, though.
If you want to try, I'm
Um,
going to look that up because there are.
Is there a lock on the door
No.
or any mechanism whatsoever that seems to hold the door?
Well, yeah, there are mechanisms holding it on. I mean, like I said, it looks like it's supposed to just slide forward and then slide off to the side. But trying to
Magically
push
locked.
it does not engage, and you can see no obvious physical impediment as to why it is not.
I'm just wondering if I could just damage the door enough with like firebolt.
And freak out the horses.
I think anything we do to damage the door is going to freak
Yeah,
out the
I don't. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have dispel magic prepared either, so I don't get to prepare that much.
Yeah, and I have counterspell, but I ain't gonna do no good.
All right, we just wait for Mr. Fireball casting dude to come, and we all waste him in here, and then the doors open.
Or we waste them and they're still closed.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think we just climb back out the window. We don't need
Yeah.
a
Just leave.
carriage.
Yep, we
All
can
right.
leave. It's just the idea of free carriage would have been.
All
No, it
right,
was a great idea. I don't disagree.
all right. Let's nope the hell out of here then, I guess.
Yeah,
All right,
I agree.
Okay.
let's bail.
All right. So you guys
Deal.
exit the building. The grounds still feel quiet. You don't hear anything or see any.
Come on out, guys. It's all good.
Is there any paper or parchment or anything around?
You see some parchment probably on that desk, or if you go into the tower, there's likely some.
All right. Well, if I find a small piece of parchment, and when we go outside, I write on it.
You fed your horses.
Sorry, we took your stuff. We did feed your horses. Have a nice day.
That makes
I
it
put it
also
on.
much better.
The chosen.
And
The chosen
I
ones.
put it on the door. Yeah, and then I sign it.
There is no door. You
shows-
broke it down. Or do you mean the door to the carriage house?
The door of the carriage.
Okay. Sorry about your door and killing your guards and stealing your stuff, but hey, we fed your horses.
Yep.
Have a good
Hey,
day.
we did come to talk. They were the
Yeah.
ones
Yes.
fired first.
You were the antisocial dickhead that wouldn't talk. So
Yeah, I mean, because that's the natural reaction when someone's trespassing on your property and won't leave when you ask them to. Oh well. Okay, so
Hey,
you
I
guys.
tried to make them leave. They wouldn't listen.
The adventurers can rationalize anything.
That's right.
damn straight.
Alright,
So
let's get
yes,
outta here.
you guys are. If you head back down the trail, or excuse me, the drive, if you want to call it that, back to the main area, the gate is. The gate is still open after you've previously unlocked it. So you're able to proceed back to the road, and once there, you have the option of either heading back to Silvery Moon, or if you want to continue on your way to Zamorvan Hall.
Yeah, let's go up there. We got-
Zymorvan Hall.
Okay.
This was all one day, right? That we've
Yes,
been
it's
here?
really only been, if you rested for an hour, it's probably been maybe 3 hours since you left this morning.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Right.
it's probably getting close to noon, but you've got, let's see, I'll move you back to the overland map here.
All right. Be right back. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Excuse me. So you guys are just outside of Silvery Moon, and that distance is, let's see, I had this written down somewhere. It's a little bit further. It's about maybe 3 days total travel from Silvery Moon to Zymorvan
okay.
Hall. So why don't we go ahead and roll for some random encounters?
All right, I'll roll first, I guess. A 20, right?
Yes, just a regular D20.
Right.
All right.
No.
So
No.
no major encounters. You probably do pass a
I'll
few
go
people on the. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Serendial.
Boom.
Okay.
We had to roll low, right?
Fun. Go ahead and roll a percentile.
Of course.
69, dude. Hit the wrong thing up here. Give me a second. Oh, I just had it. Damn it.
A dragon swoops down and
This would basically be considered a grassland type area, though we're on
steals
a
your
road.
head.
Oh, this is considered a road trail. Let's see. Oh, fun.
69 bugbears. Is that what we're facing now?
Roll a D4, Serendial.
D4.
One.
One good or bad?
Okay.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yes.
All right, so you guys
Yes.
are walking along the Ravin Road, and you hear some loud, deep voices. Sounds like two loud voices arguing with each other. And you can see, actually, two largish figures. They look to be humanoid in appearance, but they're definitely larger than normal humanoids. They're not giants, but they're definitely kind of misshapen and bigger, and they're talking in
Ogres or something, maybe.
maybe, yeah, you've seen ogres before, and it looks like they may be of that giantkin type. Anyway, they are. Any of you speak? I guess ogres. What do they speak? They speak. Yeah, they speak
They speak
giant.
Giant, don't they?
So
Yeah, I speak giant.
okay, you can catch again. You're a ways away, and it doesn't. You're not close enough that they would have seen you. So probably
Sure.
I don't know, it would be close enough to hear them. They're maybe like 50, 60 feet away. But they sound like they're arguing about what direction they need to go to get home.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we hate ogres for any particular reason other than them being giants?
They're
No.
evil.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
they're on the
They
road.
probably eat babies.
I mean,
I thought-
they're on the road, so I mean, you would think that they would expect other people to be on the road.
Hey,
But they also-
you know,
they also
I'm from the
sound
Feywild.
lost.
I
I
don't
think
know.
we should. Is there a way to like skirt around them quietly?
Yeah, you notice they're engaged in their argument, and they're not necessarily the biggest multitaskers to begin with, so you could easily
Sure.
kind of slip off to the side and evade their detection. You think?
Why don't we try that? Everybody agree? Or
Sure.
Yeah, that's
we'll,
fine.
try to avoid them?
Waldry will hold his tongue and not smoke him with a sacred flame or anything as we sneak by.
Okay. In that
No
case,
mutter
yes, you
to
are
himself.
easily able to kind of divert off the road into the tall grasses to the north of the highway, and yeah, you kind of can skirt around them, and you can even do it staying close enough to the point where you can kind of keep an eye on them. And after a
Right.
while, it sounds like you actually see at one point that they actually get into like a wrestling match. Like one of them grabs the other, and they start rolling around on the road, and then eventually one of them bloodies the other one enough that apparently that settles the argument, and they get up and
They're going that way.
yeah,
right?
exactly. They get up and they just start stalking towards the direction of the Evermoors. Oops, that's you, not them.
All right. Yeah.
So you
All right. Good.
managed to avoid that particular combat situation. It wouldn't have been too fierce of a battle with two ogres. You could have taken them probably.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then who would be
Neat.
next? I guess we'll go up. Let's see. Serendial was the second one after you.
There a family of farmers coming up, perhaps.
So that is your last encounter for the day. So if you guys want, you can make camp, and we'll need another
Sure.
D20 roll for the evening.
Do that hut thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna make a hut as well.
Okay. So you're able to
Very
do a tiny hut
handy.
and get nice and comfy inside of there, off to the side of the road. And I will still need an encounter roll to see if something happens. No, you hear some things in the night, but nothing comes close enough to disturb you. So the next day dawns.
Sweet. We get a long rest.
Yes, you get a
Yay.
long rest. You are not disturbed. And
Yay.
my random weather thing probably isn't going to work. Let me give it a try.
Smells bad.
Nope. For some reason,
Hot summer day.
it does not. I think it's because I have my second window up as a player. I cannot configure this thing. So,
And we have enough food, right? We were provisioned. I don't have to do good
Oh,
berry
yeah.
or anything, right?
You could always have Paul turn into a pig, and then we'll eat him.
yeah. Well, when you left
I
Everland, they
thought
would have
you
given
said
you
that,
at least a
yeah.
few days, like
Right.
at least probably a week's worth of rations to get to
Right.
Silvery Moon and
Yeah.
back.
That's what I thought, right? Yeah.
So I would say at this point you're close enough to civilization. You could have picked up restocked in Silvery Moon pretty close to you. In any case, I will need a couple more rolls for the second day's travel.
Who's next?
Who's up?
We had Paul went,
it
say
me?
Don or Kyle.
Don or Kyle? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll roll.
You're up, Don.
D20.
Yep.
There
Okay.
we go.
And Kyle. All right. So you make the second day's journey without really too much problem at all. And you can press on if you want and reach the hall in darkness and really, really tired. or you can camp for the night and arrive during the day tomorrow.
Let's camp for the night and toast
Yeah.
marshmallows and sing songs.
Okay.
Make some more.
Tell ghost stories.
Ooh.
There we go.
So go ahead and roll d20. I'm going to say let's start over with Dave, and this time I'm going to go left to right in my order. So Dave, you would go
Okay.
next.
Sounds good.
We also have a hut
Hey.
still.
Okay,
roll
so you
last
tell ghost stories, but that's the spookiest thing that happens all night long. You otherwise are able to rest undisturbed and resume your trek the following day, which would be the 16th. I'm going to put a note in for that because my script is not working. Okay. So the rest of the day, you're not that far away at all. So you are able to see Zimervan Hall as you approach. It's atop a crag that overlooks the Raven Road. It looks like it's elevated to the north after a fork in the road. And you can see that it's tall enough, it's set high enough on the elevation of the ground that it's on is high enough that the keep must give a very nice clear view of the Evermoors to the south and the Moonwood to the north. The keep itself, it's high mortared stone with a high pitched roof. You can see there's statues of some sort on the roof itself. And a branch in the roads winds up to the keep's gatehouse and bailey.
This is a friendly place, correct? I mean, we're not like attacking it or anything, correct?
Well, you guys were looking to get there. Well, again, going to go ahead and do an insight check, and I can relay what the original lead was.
Plan, yeah. Come on. Oh. Anybody else? Or we all dumb?
Yeah, Mirror, for all you know, you're supposed to attack it.
Right.
What are we doing? Insight?
Insight.
Yeah, so
All right.
you, Sorendil, you recall that in Tribor, Orgala Meltimer gave you guys a lead that there was a giant slayer rapier that was owned by a wealthy knight named Harthos Zymorvan. And last time Orgala spoke with him, Harthos was living in Zymorvan Hall, his ancestral keep on the Roman Road, and Orgala said that she thought Harthos might be willing to part with it if you guys mentioned her name to him and explained why you would be needing it.
Got it.
All right.
Diplomacy.
That's our strong suit.
Yes.
Yeah, especially after.
Well, my charisma's 0, so I won't be doing the talking, but I can do the knocking.
The carriage is a rockin', don't come knocking. Yep. So this like before, this is actually this is a much more than just a little dirt drive. This is like an actual kind of fork in the road, and this fork off to the road goes up to the keep itself. It looks well traveled. It looks like this might be a frequenting stop for carriages moving up between Silvery Moon and Rivermoot along the Raven Road. So you're able to approach to the keep, and let's see here. There don't look to be any guards in front. There is indeed, it's got a high-pitched roof. The wooden statues you saw were of baying wolves. So you get to the front of the keep, but there is no guard standing in front of it that you can see.
Is there a guard house?
Are there some enormous knockers on the door?
There are indeed.
I'm going to go and try the enormous knockers.
Okay, just as you'd expect. Boom, boom.
What's the matter, Kyle?
Thank you, Doctor. So yes, it echoes throughout the interior of the keep, and before too long, you hear a latch pulled back, and the door opens, and not Frau Blucher, but you actually see an elder gentleman, a human. He opens the door and looks out at you curiously and says, "Greetings. What can I do for you? My name is Lord Harthos."
Hail and well met, sir. And I bow and I relay to him, we are a band of travelers on a quest to help try and stop the ordning that's going on with the giants. And we have been told that Lord Zymoris may have something that could help us with our quest, and would respectfully request an audience with him if he's available.
He says, "Yes, I am available, actually. Why don't you come on in?" He opens up the door and kind of gestures inside. You can see inside. The inside looks pretty nice. There are lots of suits of armor standing about. You see swords mounted on oak paneled walls. It looks to be pretty well furnished, and let me see.
And so this is Lord Zymorvin himself, right?
That's what he said. Yeah. He's he brings you into kind of like an audience chamber, which is just off to the side of the enter foyer, if you will. And he gestures for you to make yourselves comfortable. There's ample comfortable seating. He sits down in a chaise kind of across from you guys and says, "Yes, I'm Lord Zamorvin. So what? How do you specifically need my assistance?"
Is it Samuel who was told about it?
Well, you all were.
Well, we were all told.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was gonna
right.
say.
So I relay that, as I said, we are our quest, our band's quest is to put a stop to the giant ordning, and that you may have a sword of some sort that might prove valuable to us in our quest.
Oh, and where did you hear that I had a sword that would prove valuable in your quest?
Who was it?
That name you just said.
Urgala Miltimer was the
Yeah.
Tribor resident who gave you that
Right.
lead. So if you mentioned her name,
Yeah.
he immediately looks like he remembers her, and he nods and says, Urgala, I haven't seen her in many, many an age. I hope she is doing well. She's still living in Tribor?
Yep.
Yeah. And as the last we saw of her, she was doing well.
Well, if Urgala sent you here, it sounds like she. I mean, I trust her implicitly. She and I go way back. But what are you planning to do with this? I mean, this sword has been in my family for quite a while, but well, here's the thing. I don't have this sword anymore. This rapier that has been passed down through my family. I actually passed it along to my own son. His name is... What the hell is his name? Give me a second here. Harthol. I passed it along to my son Harthol, but unfortunately he has proven himself to be, let's say, a disappointment. He has refused to carry on the family tradition of maintaining our hall, and he departed town for Yarder. I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Okay. Yeah, we were just there too.
Not that long ago.
But yes, he disavowed any familial contact. He renounced his inheritance and said that he would be damned if he spent the rest of his life rotting away in this moldy old chamber. And he apparently
what was
found
the son's
the
name again?
his
Murder?
I'm sorry.
What was the son's name again?
His son's
Carter,
name is
did you
Harthel.
say?
Harthel.
Harthel, H-A-R-T.
Yeah, I'm putting it in
HAL,
chat. Hang
something
on.
like. Okay, gotcha.
We should put that under people, places, and things.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And Tribories and Yarder. Anyway, yeah, apparently he found the high life in Yarder a bit more interesting, and I have not seen of him. I have not seen nor heard from him in many years.
But he has the sword. Or
When
Rocky has
yes,
did at
in
that
fact,
time.
I would. I was ashamed to say it, but he actually stole it. I did not simply give it to him. He took it upon himself to take it from me.
If we were to convince him to allow us to use it, would that offend you in any way?
As far as I'm concerned, he has renounced his inheritance to me. So if you find him and are able to get it from him, I would not consider that a slight in any way. It might even teach him a lesson in some way.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking for a new son?
or sons and a daughter.
Sons and a
We
daughter.
are very reliable and trustworthy.
Well,
And heroic.
I have to say that, to be honest with you, I've found it quite peaceful living here since he left. I've got people here. I have a scribe and what has he got? He's got like a stable boy.
Chef.
Yeah, he's got a scribe, a stable hand, a cook. He's actually got a musician.
Nice.
He's even got
Damn.
an old witch who's skilled at making herbal remedies and poultices.
Nice.
Not poultices, poultices.
Well, so I say, well, we thank you for relaying that information to us. And as explaining our quest, I said, might you have any other items that could prove helpful or useful to us? Hate to leave her empty-handed. I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to be a jerk about it. Just being respectful. Knowing, I'm sure he's aware of the giants and the havoc that they're causing in the world right now, and we're trying to put an end to it.
Or any information on the giants.
Or any information that you might have that could prove useful to us.
As far as magical items, not really. I mean, that would have been something that obviously would have lent itself best to your question. If you indeed intend to take up arms against the giants, I can't think of a better weapon than a giant slaying weapon.
We've already had a few skirmishes with a giant or two in our travels so far.
Then I consider you to be very, very, very powerful or very, very, very lucky. I have not run into giants myself, but I have heard much. And Zamorvan Hall does serve as essentially a waypoint. Many people passing by like to spend the evening here, as it's I provide them with a place to rest and a shelter from the. We are right on the borders of the Evermoors. As you know, that's a place that's ripe with trolls and ogres and nasties of all other sorts.
Yeah, we passed a couple on our way here.
Oh. I have seen much more fire giant or heard, I should say, of much more fire giant activity recently. They've been seen coming and growing.
We might have had something to do with that, and I kind of give them the short story of our tangle with the fire giants and what we did. Reports
have been, there's the old ruined town or village of Nesme to the west that there have been reports that they've been seen more frequently in that area. They thankfully haven't found reason to disturb my hall in any way, but yes, there have been lots of reports of them, and their activity has definitely increased, especially lately.
It's weird how there's a road to Rivermoot, but not a road directly to Nesme from here.
Yes, the Raven Road was never connected to Nesme. It's a moot. No pun intended. A moot point now, because Nesme was destroyed. But yes, apparently there is the river the Ravin River, which continues to run in that direction. And I would suspect that if there ever was frequent travel, that would have been done via the river.
How was Nesme destroyed?
Good question. Answer the DM doesn't have off his top of his head.
Okay.
He can look it up though. It's it fell during the War of the Silver Marches to a horde of orcs aided by an ancient white dragon named Orthator.
Oh, we've tangled with that or his offspring or something like that.
Yeah, and so there was so it was. Despite an heroic effort to save the town, it fell during the War of the Silver Marshes. It was then conquered by the Drow until they too were forced to abandon it. And today, Nesme lies in ruins, and monsters from the Evermoors thwart efforts to rebuild it. Stood on the east side of the Surbin River, enclosed within a circular wall festooned with ballista and catapults and connected by a fortified bridge to a formidable castle on the west side of the river. So yeah, although
sounds like a perfect place to retire to.
Yeah, well, I guess it sounds pretty defensible. Yeah, it gave although the militia put up a good fight against the orcs, the town couldn't withstand the dragon's attack, so the castle on the western shore is partially collapsed, the bridge has been destroyed, and the town's defenses have been torn down. Yeah, within the town walls now breached in several places are piles of debris that were once shops, taverns, inns, and fest halls. Skulls, bones, rusted armor, and broken weapons are all the remains of those killed in the battle.
So I say, well, that's interesting. I look at the party. I said, we get back to Everlund, we can take the network directly to Yarder and look for Harthel.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be on the Yarders on the teleportation network.
Yep.
Yeah, and he says if
you going into Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, it's like going into Wisconsin. Yeah, he again reiterates that if you do find him, the sword is yours. If he hasn't sold it off by now.
Okay.
Right.
To pay for
Good
his
to know.
drinking, gambling.
We can ask about Yarder. Yeah, in Yarder. We've got friends there. Hell, we helped defend that place.
Yeah, you've got quite a few contacts there, including a member of, or you had some dealings with the Hand of Yarder, which was the Thieves Guild.
Sounds good.
Okay, well then
hospitality.
Yeah, he does. If you want to spend the night, he says you're welcome to do that. As he said, many people do that, but you did just pretty much. It's like 11, so if you want to make your way back, you could kind of essentially.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Thank him for his time and information, and we will take our leave.
Okay, well he thanks you for stopping by. He asks if you do happen to get back into the Tribor region and happen to run into Urgala again to give her his best. But
we shall.
He then opens up the door and you're able to depart. You do hear some activity while you were in the keep, so he wasn't just making these people up. Apparently it is occupied. Right. He just doesn't need guards apparently, or doesn't think that he needs them. So if you guys are going to head immediately back, then we'll just go kind of a quick reversal around. I'm not going to make this take too much longer. So we went with Dave last. Samuel, can you give me a roll? Straight up D20.
All right.
Okay, so you're able to get to camp, no trouble. Tim, how about an encampment roll for the night?
Oh, man.
No troubles. So you're able to set off the next day, and a day travel roll from Don.
All right. Bam, 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 bam.
No troubles at all. And Paul, how about the camp for the night there? No troubles at all. You guys are just hoofing it with no problem. And then just one more roll from Dave to get you back to Silvery Moon. No issues. You guys have a nice, boring traipse back. So that would have been essentially 5 days from. So you're now about the 21st, I think that makes it.
And we had to be in the Xantharos Keep, right?
That's where you were going to
In
meet
the
up
right.
with, yes, Harshnag.
certain
Yep.
day.
Yep.
How many days do we have left?
Well, and we need about 2 days travel time, didn't we? From Mirabar, I think.
Right.
Didn't we
Mhm.
calculate?
Yeah.
It was midsummer, so
Yeah.
the end of the month, after the end of the flame roll. You're on the 21st of flame roll.
So we're not going to go. We're not going to head down to Yarder, or we are.
No, I
the
think
teleport?
I'm
think we
just
got-
trying to
spent
see
a
if
day
we have
there.
enough time. Yeah. We have to get to Everland first, right? And then take the shuttle.
Take the shuttle.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everland would be another 2 days travel, and then you can
Yep.
teleport to Yarder immediately.
Because then if we're Yarder, then we can teleport to Mirabar, and then it's 2
Mirabar,
days
right.
to
Yeah.
Xantharos Keep.
Exactly. All right. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you're basically going to keep right on going. I'll
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 gold pieces.
your last trip, it was like 2.5 or so to get to Silvery Moon, but
Everland. Okay.
you'd basically be reaching there about midday. So if you wanted to continue on, it'd basically be 2 more days worth of travel,
Sure.
even to get you back to Everland.
Sure.
We'll say. So
Let's do
we
that.
were on Paul. So Dave, no, I'm sorry, Dave. I think you were last. So
Yeah.
Kyle.
I just did the last one. Yep.
Brrr. Yay.
Okay, first day done. Tim.
Oh, man, I feel like
pressure,
Russian
no
roulette.
Oh!
Damn it, Tim!
Of all the nights to roll 20s all the time,
You
tonight, man.
suck.
Okay, let's go back to the random encounter. While I'm looking this up again, can you roll me a percentile die?
Yeah.
Now this is during camp, so you guys are in your little
Yep.
hut, so this may not be a big deal. This is kind of I'd say this is almost. Well, just say it's road trail.
It's an ancient white dragon.
Okay? Well, this turns out this is just let's see. During the night, yeah, you guys have camped a little ways off from the main road. You do hear some activity of some people moving by. It depends on whether you want to investigate. It's unusual to hear travel at night, but you hear the sounds of voices and multiple people moving, and like you see a torchlight on the road.
Okay. Observe.
Well,
Listen?
you parked your hut, so to speak, some distance away.
Yeah.
Close enough to the road that you could watch it, but out of sight. I mean, it's opaque.
Yeah.
It's essentially opaque, so no one can see you at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But you just
Well-
basically, like I said, see flickering torchlight, and yeah, you'd have dark vision, but it's far enough away that you really can't make out too many details other than it looks like they're definitely humans or humanoid.
Go back to sleep, Serendale.
I just watch, I guess.
Okay,
See
if you
they-
don't do anything or approach them or make yourself known in any way, they just move along and out of sight.
Move along.
Yeah.
The rest of the night is undisturbed, so you guys will get another long rest and move on the next day. Another day's travel would be done.
Brrr.
That's not quite enough for an encounter. So
Okay.
you're able to make your way back to Everland without significant incident. And it would be basically by the end of that day. So that would be another 2 days. So the 23rd. So, are you guys going to make your way back to the Moongleam Tower?
Sure are. I got to visit my sweetie.
That's right. She's got a special place in her heart for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make your way back there, and what's your intention? You can pretty much use it whenever you need to. There's no like, oh, we got to put you on a waiting list or anything like that. And
Well, so we explained to him that we went looking for this giant slayer rapier, and turns out the ne'er-do-well son probably has it and was last known to be in Yarder, and we would like to go and poke around Yarder and see if we can find him and or this rapier before we have to head to Mirabar via the teleport network.
that sounds fine with them. They don't have any specific recommendations. The name that you provide to them of this
Harthel,
yeah,
Zymorvan, yeah.
they've never heard of him, so
No.
they don't have any
Yeah.
kind of specific leads that they can give you. But you're welcome to use the network and continue your investigation from there. And
Thank you.
That's about it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Check for
Yes, it has been
cat-looking things
thoroughly
around
inspected, and
decatted.
they only needed to have that happen once, and they haven't had any extra Tressum pop up or anything since your last visit. So, and indeed, the usage of the teleportation circle goes as expected, and you are instantly transported to Yarter.
You know, what the hell happened to relics?
Yeah, where is
Yeah.
That's a good question. What would you have done with him?
Where's Krebs?
I thought we left
Krebs in my
relics
pocket.
at
He's in
one
your
of
pocket?
the portal locations.
Yeah, didn't we
They-
leave him in Everland?
I thought we left them in Everland.
Yeah, that rings a bell, actually, that you would have left him there in
Yeah.
Moongleam Tower. So were you intending to bring him with you, or were you...
Just let him.
I mean, if
Is
I
he
wouldn't
happy?
mind. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna check. I'll basically, I mean, I can't talk to relics, but I can get a feeling if he's happy there, he can stay there. But, I want him to know that, I still value his presence and all of that.
Didn't one of you guys have like a speak with animals spell or something? I know at one point one of you guys actually talked to him.
Yeah. I don't have that. I think I might take that next time. Because I don't use my spells very often.
Otherwise, Crowan, I mean, he's be more than well, he'd have to check with the Moon Lord.
Mhm.
Right.
He can't just be taking in random strays, but he's Relix has been staying there now. Well, they obviously trust
Right.
you guys, and where Relix would have come from. It would really just be a matter of formality, and they could kind
Right.
of adopt
Okay.
him if he's
Yeah.
wanting to stay there. If he's not going to want to stay there, he has stayed there and he's seemed contented, but he definitely was
Okay.
glad to see you
That's
when
fine.
you arrived too.
Yeah. So I just kind of, I mean, I can't talk to him, but, I send my feelings that, you're safer here right now. So, I'll come definitely visit when I can, and we can reunite when this whole ordeal settles down.
Excuse me.
I just,
Yeah, from what you know of Tressum, they actually do understand Common. So
Okay.
it looks like, you know, you say that, and Rilix appears to kind of think it over, and then he kind of, you know, does his purring thing and winding through your legs, and
Yeah.
but he doesn't he doesn't look like he's, you know, disagreeing with you. He's more of like kind of saying
Okay.
farewell,
Right.
and
Yeah, I get it.
he understands
for
the
thinking.
danger involved, and that you'd be worried about protecting him because, yeah, he's not.
Right.
He can, you know, he can take care of himself to some degree, but not like against fire giants or anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, okay. So yes, he will. Crowan agrees to, again, with the Moon Lord's permission, which he's pretty sure he can get, to adopt another Tressum. And whenever you happen to stop by in Everland on the teleportation network, he will be there. Which I'll probably forget in the future, but, you know, hey.
But yeah.
In any case, that settles Rilix. He hopefully will live a long and happy life in Everland amongst his brother Tressums. You, in the meanwhile, are now again in Yarder, and you show up basically where you left last, which is the wizard. Oh, what's his name? Not Crowan. Kolbaz, I think, is his name.
Kolbaz? Let's
Yep.
see here.
Yes, he's the Harper contact wizard. In his villa, it was the node in Yarder. So he is surprised and pleased to see you guys. Asks how you've been and what are you up to doing back in Yarder?
We've seen some things, done some stuff, pissed off some fire giants, you know, usual stuff a traveling party does.
Good. Glad to hear it.
So we're actually looking for somebody who may or may not be here. A man by the name of Harthel, perhaps. Might have had a fancy-looking sword or rapier about him.
Harthel. Don't know anybody with that name. Sorry to say. Can you describe him, or?
Did we get a physical description of him from
You
his
yeah,
pop?
you would have gotten a rough description
Okay.
of him. He
All right, so we kind of relay that, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't too much to say about him other than he was a average build. He didn't have any really distinctive marks. You know, the same hair
Maybe
color
kind
and
of a ne'er-do-well.
well, you know, Yarder's got a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yarder's a pretty big city, actually, and you know, you would have known that he probably would have been frequenting the gambling hall, or the gambling ship, I should say. But you know, like I said, there's tons of people that come from far and wide to do that, and that's not a place that Kolbaz usually frequents himself.
Check with that guild. The hand.
Yeah, you have a couple places, things you could check. The Hand of Yarder, you've had dealings with before, and they probably would have, you know, the capabilities to do research like that. You also, if you remember, Kamed at the Rosolio residence, he was the one that actually, well, he wasn't a frequenter of the Grand Dame, but you know, he may have known someone through Lord Arton's contacts if he kept gambling.
Yeah.
Let's check all the pawn shops.
Let's ask our contacts, you know, to who we're looking for and what, and see if they can put some feelers out, scurry about and see what they can turn up.
Okay. So where are you going to start? I mean, you remember where the Rosalio mansion is. That's actually not too far from where Kamed's estate is. Otherwise, the Hand,
and then
you had the one woman that you had met with before when you got the Orb of Devastation for Kolbaz.
Mm-hmm.
She was named Noreen, and you had arranged a meeting with them. You actually got a meeting with her before by actually attending that auction. So it was kind of like a pre-announced. It would actually you'd probably need to do some investigation to maybe find out where you could get a hold of her if you just wanted to get in touch.
Right,
Sure.
So which did you want to do first?
Talk to those Arios again first, seeing it's close by. I think. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Sure.
Let's see. Actually, we could probably pull that. I think I still have that map of Yerder. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and go there.
Ooh, and I can finally spend those coins I have that I've been
Yeah.
having.
Which coins?
Oh, I still have a stack of those. Yeah, from the ship.
Oh, from the Grand
you didn't
Dame,
cash
okay.
out your coupons.
I still have a stack of those things.
You didn't cash out your coupons.
I never cashed them in.
Okay, so if you guys are going to Rosalia Manor, that's over here.
Yep.
And you visit them. Apparently, they do still live there. Lady Rosalio is present, as is Kamed, but Lord Arden apparently has left town. Lady Rosalio says that she tired of his incompetence and actually sent him north to Mornbryn Shield to look into expanding the family business in that village. She doesn't really have too much more to say, in terms of chit chat. She's busy, but Kamed is glad to see you. He remembers your adventure with him fondly, and he kind of privately confers that he thinks that, he knows exactly why the Lady Rosalia sent him out, because she was really pissed at Lord Arten for all the trouble that he got the family into, and exactly. And she actually got probably put into a bad mood by seeing you guys again. But Kamed is like, yeah, whatever. That's the way she is, and he knows it's not you guys' fault, and he's actually kind of worried about Lord Arten because she basically just sent him there and to get him out of her hair and not worry about him anymore. But he knows, he's actually heard reports of giants moving through that area, and even there's some rumors that town is actually there's been a bunch of mercenary, kind of under the table mercenary activity there. So he's a little bit worried about him, but unfortunately his service ties him to Yarder, and he's not able to just leave and look after him. But he's hopeful that his luck will stay with him, or at least not turn bad like it did once before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he has any contacts throughout the city, just put a word out, and
Either look who we're looking for or what we're looking for.
Yeah, as far as finding this particular gentleman, he's unfortunately not heard of anyone named Harthel Zamorvin. I doubt he's even heard of Zamorvin Hall. That's far enough away that he wouldn't have had any dealings. But yeah, he also really hasn't visited the Grand Dame, and he said Lord Arten might have known, but he's up in Mornbryn Shield right now, so that would have been your best lead. He doesn't frequent the Grand Dane. He hasn't been there since you guys went there with him. So.
About that Water Baron Hall, could we check with them? That's like the town police, or the lady that runs the town, right?
Yeah, you're probably not going to get an appointment with her too easily.
Why? We saved this town.
Well,
didn't we?
Well, we took out that whatever that creature that was roaming around the sewers, but maybe most people didn't know about what the hell that was.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah, it's normally if you wanted to try and get an audience with the Moon Baron, then you would need to make an appointment, and it'd probably take a week or so.
Yeah, let's bypass that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty busy city. Unless you had like some super urgent thing that you could prove that there was some imminent danger to the town or something along those lines.
No.
Or if you had some kind of political way to bribe yourself to see. But you're not aware of any contacts that you have on the in the city government that would get you like faster or quicker access to like an audience. But really, he says probably your best bet is to go to the Hand of Yarder. I mean, you guys dealt with them before and came out ahead, and this is kind of what they do. If you need information on somebody, they'll probably be your best bet to finding it out.
Yep. Let's go there.
So he bids you good luck. And apart from that, you guys can kind of head to the taverns if you want to kind of look around. There's a bunch of them in that central area of the town. And
there's that Wink and Kiss that we...
that would be the one. That they frequent that spot.
Right.
So if you want to go there and like leave word that you're looking for Noreen, go ahead and let me just think. Who's the one that's going to do be the lead on this? It'd basically be like an investigation type thing.
Well, I suck at that. Well, I don't suck, but I have no bonus to it, so.
I have a 3, so. Anybody else?
I have a 5.
There you
Damn.
go.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, Samuel, I'll go ahead and make an investigation check, and we'll see how long it takes to get some info back.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
there's
a
my nice
bad
5
roll.
paying off well.
I have a 4.
Wow.
Okay, well, Tim, if
Wow.
you're kind of chiming in on this, between the two of
That
you,
ain't much better.
between the two of you,
Figure it
you
out somehow.
find a way to kind of leave word to the hand that you're kind of looking for an audience with Noreen and that you've dealt with her before. So they say to stop back at the Wink and Kiss this evening. If she's available, she'll be here.
Okay.
So that if you do so, you've got a few hours then to burn before that evening rolls around. I mean, Tim, if you want to go and do some gambling at the Grand Dame, that's going to be tough because that doesn't set sail until sundown.
Can I try to unload my coins?
You'd have to actually board the boat. That's the only place where they trade them in is the Grand Dame.
I don't really want the coins. Can I sow havoc by leaving coins in interesting places?
You can if you want to. If you want to like scatter the coins and like make a big treasure hunt.
Sure, I'm going to do that.
Where are you
They
going to?
They have no actual value to me. I'll keep one as a souvenir, and the rest I'll
Okay.
scatter around.
Keep
places.
one and just like hide it like behind a candlestick on a bar mantle or something like that, and you should write little clues or for people like follow them from one to the next, and then thinking there's this great big treasure at the end of it. And
isn't this a little like bazaar and stuff like right there too?
Yeah,
like all the little.
There's a marketplace. Yeah, it's going to be closing down by the time that you guys come back, but you've got a few hours. It would probably be late afternoon, early evening. You guys could probably grab some food there. I'm sure they have tons of food tents set up.
Reverse pickpocket, Jim. You could like just slip the coins.
Reverse? Well, I'm probably not that good, so I'm just gonna leave them, where people can find them.
Oh, sure.
I'll just walk around places, go to taverns, drop them off, just for giggles. I'll keep one as a souvenir.
Okay, so you guys just kind of bumble around the village square, get some food at one of the stalls there, which is quite good.
Something on a stick.
Yeah, something on a stick. So by the time evening rolls around, you make your way back to the Wink and Kiss, and indeed, you find Noreen waiting there for you, and she greets you. She seems happy enough to see you. Not like anything's gone sour in the time between you last had contact with her. She leads you outside to the same room, actually, where she held the auction, and asks what you guys might need from the Hand of Yarder.
Well, we're looking for a certain man by the name of Harthol Zymorvin. He has something that may prove very useful to us in our quest to stop the ordning.
And he stole it from his father.
Yes, his father is not pleased with him.
Interesting. What kind of item did he steal?
It's a rapier, a very special rapier.
Rapier, owned by one Harthel Zymorvan. Do you know when he may have arrived in town and what he may be doing here?
The best we can say, he's probably been here for a while. He arrived in probably, we say, based on what Lord Zymorvan told us, he's probably been here for a while, if he's still here. We don't even know that he's here, but we just thought we would stop and check.
All right. Well, let's see. How soon do you need this information?
How many days could we burn here? Couple? Probably.
Oh, I think I can get it to you before then. Just a matter of,
Okay.
If it's something that you need like right now, like within the next, say, 3 or 4 hours.
No. We've got some time.
Okay. Well, because normally an information request like this would run 500 gold up front. I know you guys though, and it's something that I'd be willing to essentially waive for you because you saved my bacon when we last met. After this though, it would be something I'd basically consider as even. So any further services, of course, would involve payment. But I think I can get you information. Say, would you be able to meet back here at midnight?
Absolutely.
All right. Allow me to put out a few feelers. Let's see. I'm making sure I got all the details right. So Harthel Zymorvan, rapier, special. Anything special about the sword itself that would help identify it, or?
It may prove useful, especially useful against giants.
Interesting detail. Okay. I will put some feelers out and meet you fine folk back here at midnight.
Much appreciated.
All right. So with that done, you guys are free to spend the rest of the evening carousing if you like. Actually, Tim, if you wanted to, you could go to the Grand... Well, no, it actually would have sailed if it was around 8 o'clock.
That's fine.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed. That's all right.
Damn it.
But there's still plenty of other things to do. I mean, plenty of other taverns if you guys just want to do a night of carousing and kind of do a bar crawl and work your way back to the Wink and Kiss by the end of the night.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So you give the rest of the taverns in Yurter a try. They're all, by and large, not too bad. But you finally make your way back to the Wink and Kiss without getting too inebriated. And Noreen is waiting there for you, and she says that she was able to find out some information about this Harthel Zymorvan. Apparently, he came to town a few years ago, and he would generally spend his time down at the Grand Dame gambling. He frequented many taverns, including this one, apparently. But eventually, he wound up getting himself arrested.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wasn't sure what the circumstances were, but he found himself basically imprisoned, and the sword in question was taken from him by a corrupt captain of the guard.
Shit.
Captain of the Watch, whose name was Tholzar Brenner. And so he's apparently got this thing, and so that kind of leaves you in a bit of a pickle. If this sword is really important to you, she could get it for you, but that would probably wind up being around 1,000 gold. Because that would incur risk.
Yeah.
We've.
What were you gonna say, Don?
I think we can afford that as a party.
Alternatively, she says that if you
We could
want,
go rough him up.
well, the thing is, I mean, if you get caught assaulting a city guard member,
Right.
you're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
in a bunch of shit. But
We'll make it all quiet, like.
if you guys
Yeah, that's
want
a strong
to,
suit.
she can arrange it to lure him. She's had dealings, or the hand has had dealings with Tholzar before. Apparently, he's very corrupt,
Right.
which means that it's possible that he could maybe be disappeared without too much fuss. But she thinks that he's come after the members of the hand before, so she thinks that he could be lured pretty easily to a specific location if you guys wanted to save yourself some cash and kind of intercept him yourself.
Well,
Yeah, but you
sure.
probably
Let's
wouldn't have
let's say
support with them.
let's offer him like what, 2,000 gold pieces for it, something like that, to help lure him out.
Well,
There's a
she
or is that
thinks.
not even necessary?
Well, what she had more of in mind is that she knows that there are several members of the hand that he would, he's been after. It's not like he's going to listen to them, but if he gets wind
Okay.
that if he gets a chance to maybe think that he's going to be able to catch them in the act of doing something, or one up them, she's pretty sure he would rise to that bait. And what she was thinking is possibly the graveyard where you guys
Oh yeah.
found the devastation orb, obtained it, because it's out of the city, it's quiet, it's isolated,
Yep.
and if things go south, you don't have a lot of witnesses for whatever happens to go
Yeah.
on. So if you want, she
I like
knows
the way
that
you think.
he likes to travel around. He's got like this entourage of like 8 bodyguards that travel around with him because he's apparently got lots of enemies. But they're not city guard technically. They're just mercenaries
Right.
that he's hired, bodyguards. So he'll probably
Would he
have
have
those
the
with
sword
him.
on him?
What?
Would he have the sword? Would he have this rapier with him? You think?
He generally walks around town armed with a greatsword. That's kind of his main weapon, but he has been known to walk around with the rapier as well.
Okay.
But if it's a valuable item, like you've been saying, it may be that he doesn't necessarily want it where someone could easily pickpocket him,
Right.
lift it off of him. So he may have
But
it
if he
more
knows
secured.
he's walking into a possible encounter, then more than likely he would take it.
Quite possible. So if you guys are up for it, she can probably arrange something. Well, she knows where he can be found. So if she thinks that she can develop together with her brothers and sisters a lead compelling enough to make him get up in the middle of the night even and get out to the cemetery.
So like tomorrow or now?
She says whenever you guys would want. She could probably have someone go out there and stir things up. If you were to make your way to the cemetery now, she could pretty much guarantee that he would probably be there within the hour.
Well,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Where
I've
does
got
he live?
I've
We
got
got
old
full hit
person
points.
prepared.
So she does ask for an upfront fee of 100 gold for arranging this, because it will actually put one of her team members or one of the hand members at risk.
Absolutely. And we
But
give her a little extra too.
she will gladly take whatever extra you may be on offer.
Give her 125.
Oh, well, she can drink well tonight after all is said and done. But yeah, she says that the contact will probably, you won't see him, but he's going to lead this. Oh, what the hell is this? I keep forgetting his name too. Tholbaz? No, I'm confusing. Tholzar.
Thulzar, the
Where
barbarian.
does he live?
We don't know. He didn't
She
say.
doesn't know.
I don't have his residence marked on the map, so I don't know where it is.
Okay.
She knows,
She
but
knows
the
how to
DM doesn't
find-
know.
Okay.
Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go hide out at his residence and follow him to the cemetery.
She says if that's the case, deal's off. I'm not going to have anyone following our team members around.
Stay
No,
with us.
I would just go to his house. I don't care about your team members.
Yeah, but they're luring him.
Oh, I'm following him. I don't care about your team members and what they do.
She understands, but she says that's not part of the deal. I'll give you your 125 gold back right now, if that's not what you want.
Let's stay with the deal. Stay with the deal.
It's the deal.
Can I
Screw it
break
up.
into his house while he's gone then?
If you can find it, sure. I'm just not going to divulge that information. That's not part of the deal.
Can we at least have the 25 gold back then?
It's like, no.
All of it's yours.
Give her
She
the
puts it down on the
25
table and starts walking out the door.
No, I said,
Bye.
Guys, don't be dumb.
don't listen to
Please.
him. Our original deal is on. I say, don't make me cast hold person on you, Samuel.
She says,
Let's get him here.
okay, well, I'm going to put word out, and he should be in the cemetery within, say, 90 minutes.
And if he
Okay.
doesn't have it, then we'll have to figure it out. But
Then we'll encourage him to tell us where it is.
At that point, you've got your lead.
Yep. Real nice like.
Okay, well, if that's that, then she
Let's
will
go hide in the cemetery.
set
how
the...
about a quick break?
Yeah, I
before
think this
we
is a
have
good
our
place
counter?
to take a quick
All
break,
right.
and we will pick up in just a moment. All right. Unmute my mic, that helps. Anyway, we're back. I had to look up that guy's name quick. So yeah, the guy is named Tholzar. Everyone has to have a Z somewhere in their name,
Tholzar.
apparently.
Yes,
See
I have two.
See Thundar's brother.
Tholzar
Yeah,
the
must be.
Barbarian. He's actually captain, one of the captains of the City Watch. So anyway, yeah, you guys just finished up your meeting, and Noreen kind of waits for you guys to leave, at least to leave the room. Now, Samuel, were you gonna actually try and like follow her, or find this guy's house in some other
No.
way? Or?
I'm not going to follow her, but I was going to kind of wander around the city and maybe look to go to the Rosolio. Or no, actually, I'd probably go to the Yarder Circle and ask if he knows about this Tholzar.
Okay, because it'll probably take you, well, from where you are right now, it would probably be like about 20 minutes to get to the cemetery. And she said that she would probably be able to get him there within like 90 minutes. So you'd have really a short amount of time, like maybe a half hour, that you'd be able to like do some information gathering. Like if you wanted to go there and meet the rest of the party later, or have the party come with you, you could.
Yeah, they don't have to come with me. I want to go to the Yarder Circle and see if I can ask him questions.
Okay.
If he's
Meet
around
up with Kolbaz.
and awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the rest of you guys? You going to head there separately, or are you going to stick with Samuel, or how do you want to do this?
Time.
I'm just gonna hang out in the clubs and bars and
You're not going to the cemetery?
Yeah, we got to go wait for this dude in the cemetery.
all right, fine. I'll go wait by the
He
cemetery.
was hoping
I
you
mean, you
guys would
don't
take
have
care
to
of
I'll
it
go.
for
take a
him.
nap. I'll take a nap.
Okay, so the rest of you guys are going to get to the cemetery. Samuel, you're going to make a quick stop over to see Kolbaz at the teleportation circle. So you ask him about this guard captain, this Tholzar
Bulls are.
Brenner. Here, I'm going to put his name in
Yeah.
chat so I can scroll back easily. So many
Yeah, my
friggin'
pen's not
documents and
working.
names. He knows. Kolbaz knows who he is. He's pretty well known. is being a dick. He's, he's like was intuited or intimated. He's definitely has lots of enemies in town. So, and he thinks he has an idea where he might live. He thinks he's got a residence kind of more on the west side of town, not far from the Tired Traveler. He can probably give you directions, but you think it would be tough to find it and identify it for sure in time to get there before he would leave on the timetable that would get him to the cemetery. It seems likely to you that if things were put into motion that quickly, that he would probably be leaving within like the next 10-15 minutes to make it to the cemetery in that short amount of time. Right. But he does give you enough information that you would probably be able to find his house. He doesn't have like a street address, but he can kind of describe where, as far as he knows, he lives, that you'd probably be able to figure it out with a little bit more investigation.
Okay. That's all I really need to know. The important part is if his stuff, if he doesn't have the rapier with him, I wanted to have an idea of where his house was in case we had to go back and search it later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is really what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, and that's a smart idea.
That's the objective of my information. So if he's got that information for me, that's really what I was looking
for.
For.
And I would say that if you were to need to do further research to narrow down his exact residence, you could do it within an hour with an investigation check, but you'd get advantage on that roll. Well, that's basically the confidence of how you kind of know where he might live. So, but in the meantime, you do still have time to hoof it back to meet the others at the cemetery in time for whatever might come down. So
I'm gonna go kind of slow and try to almost meet up with them at the Silver Gate, but not have him know. I want to follow him to the cemetery from the Silver Gate.
Okay, so you actually want to... Well, okay, so what you remember about the gates is those are manned by guards, and they'll probably see you if you're just hanging around by the gate.
Well, yeah, this is a field, right?
Yeah, that's a farm. So you could find a place in that
somewhere
field, that crop, basically, and kind of watch. If he takes that route to go there, you would spot him.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. It's I want to follow him into the cemetery.
Okay, and the rest of you guys already go to the cemetery and hang out there. So I guess the sequence of events would happen in this way. So Samuel, you're hanging out in this field. You don't see any people. Obviously, it's dark. I mean, the guards kind of they. Wonder kind of where you're going at night, because it is kind of after it's after midnight. It's actually 1:30. Normally they'd be like, okay, what are you doing?
What you doing?
well, if I see them, I'm just gonna tell them that I'm going to pray at the cemetery. I'm going to see my mother's grave.
Well, you would know the cemetery normally is not open.
Closed
well, I mean,
night.
That would raise eyebrows. It's like, why I'm going in the middle of the night to go pray in the cemetery.
Well, what we could do
How did they
is just
get
wander.
there,
well, we could just wander around the graveyard, going,
Brains.
Well, you would know. I mean, they would let you leave the city, but they would, it's just it's not normal for travelers to be traveling at night. So they would kind of ask you, what was your business in Yarder, and what's your destination and that sort of thing.
Oh, well, then what's the next city over on the map? I'd just tell them I'm going there. They don't need to see me veer off the path. I'll just...
Yeah, you could say, Calling Horns would be the next. I mean, you could say that you have a long trip ahead of you to going to Calling Horns or Everland, or, basically, it's a multi-day journey to the nearest city. So, I mean, it's not that uncommon. They, like I said, they just want to know what you're up to and make sure you're not causing trouble. So if you've got something prepared,
Yeah, I'd just
No, not at all.
nah.
I'd pretend to walk down the path and just veer off when I'm out of sight, kind of thing.
Okay. And yeah, the farmhouse is obviously closed down for the day, and you know they're not tilling their fields. It's not like they have a tractor with a big headlamp on it they can plow it at night. So you're able to hide out. So after, let's say it's probably getting close to 1 o'clock, 1:15 or so, make a perception check.
Nice.
Okay. You spot. Well, I just meant Samuel because he's kind of in the field. The rest of you guys are at the
Oh,
cemetery.
okay.
All right.
So Samuel, you're hiding out in this field, and you spot a single shadowy figure, kind of moving quickly in the shadows of the wall, a city wall, in the direction of the cemetery.
Okay. I'm gonna wait a while and just see what happens. I mean, if no one else comes for a little bit, I'm gonna follow that figure. But I'm gonna wait, till he's basically out of sight and just head towards the cemetery. So if he's out of my sight, I'd be basically out of his sight,
Okay.
kind of thing.
All right. So you're going to wait till he goes out of sight, and then after he's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, if there doesn't appear to be anyone else coming or anything, I'll kind of check the surroundings and see if there's a second person or whatever. If not, then I'm just going to head to the cemetery, assuming that was him.
Okay. How long are you going to wait after that figure passes? Like when he's
Just like 30 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, you don't see anybody else after about 30 seconds. So then you start to move along. Again, you've lost sight of him, but you move in the direction of the cemetery, and you've been on this path before. You know that there is basically kind of a trail that goes along the city wall that ends in the cemetery. So you can very easily follow that. You don't have to be on the trail, but you can follow along close to the wall enough to see it. It kind of flanks it. So you reach the cemetery, and I guess that brings me to you guys. In fact, why don't I'm just going to I'm using that same map that I used for the previous encounter. So I'm going to move everybody over to that. And I guess where would you guys like to have positioned yourself?
All right, so the path is here?
Yeah, the path would be coming from the northwest there, and it kind of opens up into this larger area.
Is this
So my thought is I could
that
be
building there?
here kind of out in the open. I've got, like I said, I've got hold person prepared that I could but I was kind of impersonate Lord Zymorvin when this dude rolls up and kind of say, "Hey, you have something that belongs to me," and hit him with hold person, and you guys be in behind trees and stuff and jump out if the spell doesn't work.
Yeah, but hold person, you get a save every turn.
Yep.
Okay,
They
well,
nerfed
I mean,
the
you can do
shit
it, but I doubt it's going to last more than a couple turns.
mm-hmm.
If he even fails.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah,
or I'm willing to go out there in engagement, and you guys kind of are like there to back me up if things go south.
right.
I don't know, unless someone's got a better idea. I'm all ears.
I'm fine to go hide in the tree. Come jumping out if needed.
Yeah.
Hell, I can hide here if you like. In there.
Yeah. I'll be like down there in the shadows.
Yeah, I mean, even if I can hold him for one turn, I mean, that'd be enough for me to look and see if he's got it on him or not. In theory.
Right. Remember, there's probably going to be like 8 guards with him. So.
Yeah, no, we only saw one person coming, so.
Yeah, that might be like.
Well,
our
so far you
contact.
guys haven't seen anybody.
Well,
I'm just saying position yourselves where
yeah,
you would
well,
want to be.
so
waiting in ambush for this guy.
Yeah.
If no one's got any other ideas, I'll stick with that. I'll be the bait,
Sure.
and I'll act like I'm kind of older, and I'll pull my hood up, and when he gets there, I'll ask him, are you captain of the guard, Bolzar, Brennan,
the barbarian.
or not?
I wouldn't even say it's yours. I would say, I don't know.
Well, I'll go with it. I'll say, hey, you have something that belongs to me that is not rightfully yours, and then
Right.
whack, hit him with hold person.
I don't even know if you need to do that.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so if you guys are positioned where you want yourselves to be in ambush, Valdry's kind of wandering around in the center there. Samuel, you approach from the northwest, and you can easily spot Valdry kind of standing there conspicuously in the middle of the clearing. You don't see any of your other companions.
Okay.
Are you?
would just
I'm assuming you're
kinda
being
wander.
stealthy. So, if you
Yeah,
want to roll, make a stealth roll, and
wandering
everybody else wants to make a
stealthily.
perception roll.
Ooh, stealthy.
And didn't we see this person come?
You see Samuel. Well, you may not even see Samuel. That's why I'm asking for a perception roll. So far, nobody has seen Samuel approach.
Or anybody else?
Yeah, that's
for
what I
that
meant.
matter.
Okay.
Paul might have. 16.
No, he didn't beat. Yeah, he
I
had
got
20.
a 20.
So you guys don't spot Samuel. Samuel, you spot Valdry standing in the middle. Valdry, did you want to make a perception roll?
Sure, why not? Oh, come on, roll 20.
Okay. So, yeah,
Nah, I don't see him
he sees
either.
you, but you don't see him. So, Kyle, what did you want to do?
Nice.
You don't see any other figure, and none of the rest of you guys saw anybody approaching.
So he said he had like his hood up and stuff. Am I able to tell that it's Valdry, or do I just see a
Why don't you
figure?
make a perception check? I mean, you would know what Valdry was wearing. Valdry, you didn't say you changed clothes or anything.
Nope, didn't change clothes.
Well, okay, I would say you would be familiar enough with
You can smell
Valdry
me.
to know that's
It smells.
he's just moving around like a Valdry.
Okay.
I smell like Hammond. Fuck you.
You're 80 feet away.
Well, if I can tell it's Valdry, then I would come up right away. If I didn't know who it was, it would be different. But
Okay.
since I would know it's Valdry, I would kind of lose
Okay.
my stealth and just walk up to
Okay.
him,
And
and
I'll relay my idea, the plan. Tell him
and
that
I'll say, did I meet him here?
apparently I haven't seen no one
Where's everyone else?
hiding.
I'm hiding in a
Oh.
tree, man.
Yeah, waiting
should I-
to jump if
I don't
things
give
go
a signal in
south.
5
So should I
seconds,
go
they're
hide?
all going to shoot you with arrows. So give me all your money right now.
So should I go hide too?
Sure, that'd be super.
Then I'm gonna go off and hide
All right.
behind a tree here.
Why don't you make like
Get
a
outta
tree and
here.
get out of here?
All right. So at
Get
this
the hell
point,
outta
since the rest of you guys were also essentially trying to hide, why don't the rest of you give me a stealth check? Everybody except for Valdry. Kyle, give me another one for you for this
Out here doing my little soft
separate
shoot.
attempt.
Did it? Nice.
What the hell? I can't roll today.
Oh.
Oh,
You know, I roll a 20 when it's like monsters coming to kick our ass. But
Okay.
God,
So you guys are standing there waiting, and it's not more than like about 15 minutes when you hear the approach of multiple booted feet coming down the pathway.
Nice.
And you're able to see 9 figures approaching. kind of led by a guy who's it's dark, so it's tough to make out details, but it looks like he's fully armored and
Wow.
everything, and they actually all look like they're kitted out. They all have what are these guys? Apparently these guys have spears. I don't know why they would have spears, but apparently they do. That's using the guard stat. Okay, well, they have spears. But the guy in the lead has
Nice.
he has drawn what looks to be a greatsword, and he's looking around, and you hear him shouting someone's name. He's shouting, Remy, Remy, where the fuck are you, Remy? And then he turns and then he spots Valdry. He spots you. And he kind of stops, and then he kind of turns to the guys in back of him and says something quieter to them. And then they start to move forward and approach towards you.
Okay, and I kind of totter out like old hunch over, feeble man kind of act I'm putting on here.
Okay.
And I say, greetings. Are you by chance captain of the watch, Bolzar Brennan?
He says, that's me. Who the fuck are you?
I say, my name is Lord Zymorvin.
Never heard of you. What are you
And
doing here in the cemetery at
I'm
night?
sure you. Well, I wanted to speak with you because it is my understanding that you may have something that once belonged to me, and I'm looking to get it back, and I am willing to make a very good deal for that to happen.
So how did you know that I was going to be here at 1:30 in the morning?
I said, I am the one who initiated and arranged for this meeting because I wanted it to be alone and just be a deal between two gentlemen.
And all these other people.
I understand. I have no problem with you bringing guards. I have no problem with that. I am here strictly to make strictly a business deal with you if you are so inclined.
Well, you're obviously not here alone. I see the fairy in the tree over there. So why don't you just come right out and tell me what you want?
What's he calling a fairy?
Caw, caw.
I'm not even going to ask for a deception check for that.
Come on.
I don't even. That doesn't even meant to be deceptive. That's just
More
straight up-
sarcastic.
I really.
Well, tell him.
Did you actually do that as a character? Because I enjoyed the hell
Because
out
then,
of that. If that
Samuel,
was
you would need to make like a will
saying.
save to not burst out laughing.
If you actually did that, it would be very hard for me to not.
You hear from the other tree. Now, what is it that you actually want?
I say, all right. So I said, I am not Lord Zymorvin, but I am here on his behalf, and you have something that once belonged to him that his ne'er-do-well son took, and he would like to have it back.
And what, pray tell, is that?
I say, let's drop the air of pretension. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You took it off of someone you imprisoned a while back.
Like that narrows things
rapier.
down at all.
All right. I say a very valuable rapier.
Oh, you want the rapier. Well, give me one good reason why you should be given this rapier.
I say, because we are the chosen ones, and I flourish and say, boom, I hit him with hold person.
Okay. Well, you don't get a surprise attack, so we're
hang-
going to go for it.
You were
So hang on a second.
so well.
So I was trying to type this up. Before when they came in, I wanted to use my bag of tricks to pull out my beasts while he was talking, so I could get it out of the way because I knew he was going to blow it. So I just
Make an intuition check with advantage. Because that is pretty much how you'd assume things would go.
Fuck you, Groot.
intuition.
That's right. Sorry,
Insight?
Third
Insight.
edition lapse there.
Yeah. Eh, 14.
You don't
Yeah,
know me
no,
that
that's
well.
fine. Yeah, if you wanted to,
Well, no matter what I just wanted to pull some stuff out of the bag, and just because it takes
Nothing went
a round.
You
Yeah.
know, if
Right.
there was a fight, you
That's
have
what that's what I meant. Since there's nothing was going on, I was just gonna pull my 3 things out of the bag, and if they sucked, I was gonna send them away. It was that simple.
um,
I didn't hear anyone chiming up with any better ideas, so
No, fine idea.
Oh,
I thought you would spend a little more time trying to
Trying to
convince him,
negotiate. Right.
Yeah. and the whole
Fucking
I'm
gave
Lord
up.
Zymorgan. Well, I'm not really Lord Zymorgan. That's probably
but I thought you'd run with that a little longer.
Right.
well, I guess if I were you,
Gave
Samurai, I
up
would have gone
quick.
up and gave him a hug and then stabbed him in the throat, I suppose. If or
I was gonna just
Serendial.
Serendial's the one that hugs.
I was gonna say if he was alone, I was gonna try to pick him off before we even started anything.
I would have just offered him money. How much you want?
I tried to. He was
The
not
number of
having it.
reasons. The number of reasons depends on how much you
Um,
want.
so I guess Groot, I would say that you could get at least one item out of the bag in time, but things moved pretty quickly downhill. So
Like no, that's what I was trying to get to. Is that while he was doing that, it wasn't. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Whatever.
yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see anything.
It wasn't like I was sitting there waiting for. I was typing it, so I wasn't going to
Yeah.
interrupt the conversation.
Right.
This is 18 seconds to get 3 things out. And all I was saying is, as he was talking, I wanted to do this while he was talking. That was it. So if you say I'll get it 1 out, great.
Go ahead and roll d4. See how many you get out.
There's your answer.
But don't.
That's fine.
That was
Things escalated
anticlimactic.
quickly, so that we'll just say we'll go with that. You got one thing out of the bag. The rest of it will be on initiative point. So these guys had a pretty wide range, but it looks like Samuel, you are going to be the first to react. So you see Valdry, basically, you can tell that he's about to, do his thing with the spell. So
All right.
I regret nothing.
I just rolled
oh,
my.
I'm sorry, I
initiative,
thought you were
so
in the.
sorry.
What's your dex compared to Samuel's?
I got a +3.
Mine's 18, so probably better.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you'll go right after Samuel then.
All right. I'm gonna cast that over all of them.
Nice.
Oh, my favorite. Okay. So let's see. This is a wisdom save, is it? Yes, DC 14 wisdom. Let's see how these guys. So this is going to catch pretty much all of them.
Yeah, it's this 30-foot cube, so I imagine that should hit
Yeah,
all of
and I
them.
would say
Yeah,
that you
I
could
would think.
position it such that it wouldn't catch Valdry.
Yeah.
Well, and
Because you normally can't
that would be
choose.
my plan.
It's everybody.
Be like a 30-foot cube avoiding Valdry.
So kind of a little bit behind them, but enough to catch their vision. Their wisdom would be this. So, okay, so let me find a pretty. I'll just make them yellow if they're enraptured. He failed. He failed. He failed. He failed.
Good. Get all the lackeys and leave him.
Yeah.
That would
Yep.
be awesome.
That would be.
Oh, God, this guy got a 2. He definitely failed.
Not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
He failed.
That's
Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
I hate this spell.
Got 2 guards
Whenever
left.
I try this spell, it's like, oh, they all
love this
made their
spell.
point. He failed.
No, oh my God. This is awesome.
If they all fail, we just
Okay,
take the
they-
rapier and leave.
Right. He's got it.
Okay, and what's his name here? Okay, so one of the guards and Thulzar saved. The rest of them failed. So they're basically all going.
Look at the
Yep.
pretty light.
Pretty colors.
So that's that. Are you going to stay in your tree or?
And I'm gonna walk out.
Oh, okay.
As well.
So you step right out then. Okay. So Groot, you heard some spells being cast, but you're otherwise around the corner and can't really directly see what's going on.
Yep. So I come up with my boar. So that's 20 feet. I order the boar to fight the guy there, and that's what the 20.
Do your snake thing too.
No, hang on. I got lots of stuff I'm gonna do here. So
Give him a minute.
Sweet.
so the boar goes there. I pull out a panther.
Oh yeah.
So I rolled all of these already. So I pull out my panther. He can go 50, and I'm gonna have so that the boar was already doing that. And I'm gonna and so the panther's just gonna run right up to that guy. And so that was my action, and then Groot's gonna get just a little closer, and he's done.
Get a little closer. Guard is Darpuri
Shitting
Lights.
his-
Serendial, the crow,
Purdy
gets to go.
I'm
The
gonna.
fairy.
All right, so I'm gonna tap my shoes together to activate my boots, and then I'm gonna
Are made for running.
shit, that'll get me all the way up here. So I do that, and I run right up to him, and
Go caw caw.
You're
and I
right.
yell, "Caw, caw!"
Motherfucker.
Gosh dang.
And I roll terribly.
He's
Next.
probably just agape at what's just happened. He wasn't taken in by Samuel's dancing lights, but that spectacle did him in. Okay, the guard right behind him, he sees his buddies just staring slack-jawed. So, yeah, he's going to move up here and shake this guy so he's no longer hypnotized. And that was his action. The guy right next to Serendial is still Glowy Crow. He's enthralled as well. So Mirror's up.
Alright. Gonna walk out there. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna pull out my short sword and cast this at the same time. Oh, that didn't give you the description.
I can show it. Hang on. So the next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with a white-hot intensity, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage. Okay, and causes the target to ignite in flames. Exciting. So you basically have charged your sword up with that, so the next time you whack somebody, it'll set them on fire.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up.
They say shoot the guards who aren't enthralled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up there.
Okay. All right, then the next guard is enthralled. The one after him is enthralled. And the one after him is enthralled. So we're up to Valdry.
All right, let's try it.
Okay, you're casting on Tholzar.
Yep.
So this would be a wisdom save. I don't see a DC. What is your DC?
DC 14.
Okay, he actually does have that as a wisdom. Wisdom is one of his saves, I should say. He got a 20.
Oh, then okay.
He is not held. Okay, after you, are you going to stay where you're at, or are you moving?
Run!
I will back up.
You wouldn't hit an old man, would you?
Yeah, punk.
All right, that guard is hypnotized, so we're up to Tholzar. He's got his great sword out already, and let's see.
Back to about there.
Let me check something here. He's got, let me just see how this works. Okay. That won't come into play there. So he's just going to, he has his great sword out already. He's going to whack at Serendial. Get out of my face, you damn crow.
Why not?
Caw, caw.
Yeah, fairy. He hits AC 16. Okay, so 10 slashing from one attack. His second attack hits AC 17 for 11 more points. So 21 points slashing damage total.
I asked for that.
And we're up to Samuel.
I'm going to pull out my rapier of wounding, and I'm going to stab him.
Hopefully. Let's
do it. Yeah, don't. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I'm going to attempt to stab him. I'm going to miss.
See, that's what I tried to do.
And I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to.
Okay. He is wearing plate mail armor, by the way. Okay, we're up to Groot, who's got a bunch of beasties.
By the way, Dave, I was talking about you.
Alright.
You get.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know.
Pulling out my giant elk.
Oh,
I think that might be a little big.
Yeah, what's his, is he
probably a
large?
little big, yeah.
Giant elk. Actually, no, that's the right size. He's huge.
Oh, okay. He's huge.
All right.
So he is going to move for fun. He is going to move. If he moves 20 feet in a straight line, he gets a ram attack. So he's going to do this first. So he is going to charge into that dude. So he gets his ram attack.
Oh, he dropped his antlers.
Okay. So that does nothing. And then the panther will move to here because he's a smart panther, and do a bite.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Ooh, 20
Nice.
hit. 6 piercing claw. I'm a miss. Nope. Okay. And then the boar. I'm assuming we'll do not much.
All right.
And miss. There we go. And then Groot will move
Pumbaa,
forward
no.
to like right there.
Yeah,
him surrounded.
he's got quite the
Yeah.
menagerie surrounding there. All right, we're up to the freshly awakened guard. He's going to move over and shake his other buddy awake. And then we're up to Serendil.
All right. I forgot I had a wand of magic missiles, so I pulled that. I'm going to flourish that. I drop my rapier and
Okay.
flourish that, and then it should have 7 charges, so I'm going to expend 6, which, if my math is correct, should give me 8 missiles, because it's 1 for the first charge for 3. So you fire, and then 4 for second, 5 for third.
Well, don't you just cast it? Oh no, it's an item. That's right.
Anyway, it's an item. So it's basically 3 for the first charge, 4 for the second, 5 for the third, 6 for the fourth, 7 for the fifth, and 8th for the 6th charge. So I'm going to expend 6 charges, which will still leave me 1 charge left. So that should be 8 magic missiles.
Jesus.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 21, 22, 23 points of force damage. I also start my blade dance, which will up my armor class, and then I cast. I get a second action or second attack, essentially, with my fire dance, and that can be a cantrip. So I cast firebolt.
Oh my god!
Sick.
And you hit.
That hits.
And I do
Jeez.
7 more.
All right, so you just
So you did 23 force and 7 fire, so 30 total
yeah, you
damage.
discharged a whole shitload of magic missiles right into his face, followed up with a firebolt.
Call, bitch.
Oh, that was awesome. All right. One of the other awakened guards in turn moves up and awakens another guard.
No.
And
Stop that.
that guard he's still now, the guard next to you, Serendil's like staring at the fire, like, and all the magic missiles going into his boss. He's just like, wow. That's
pretty cool.
okay. So that awakened guard wakes up another awakened guard, and we're up to Mirror.
All right. Oh, I felt that bardic inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
and so can I move there without getting in that guy's leaving his threatened
You could get
area?
there without entering it. It's So you wouldn't be leaving it because you wouldn't need to enter it. So
Right, because I wouldn't be entering it. Right, I just had to worry about this guy, but not really
Exactly.
because he's in trance.
he's watching
right
his
now.
boss take it in the face with a magic missile.
Yep. So I'm gonna attack big guy here with my short sword, which I don't use too often, but I wanted to use the spell. So I'm gonna do that, and then if I need to add that bardic inspiration, I will.
Oh
I
well,
don't.
actually,
I
you
don't
do because he uses his reaction to parry your attack.
Okay. So what do I do now? What does
That means
do?
that he deflects
Does
your
that just
attack.
stop it?
Use your bardic inspiration. Oh,
Yeah, he parried it. There's really
Well,
nothing you can do.
it basically the parry adds +2, which is enough to overcome it.
Oh, it does?
His AC is 18 with the plate mail.
So can I? Ah, okay. So I would have hit him, but with the parry,
Exactly.
I didn't. So that was my first attack.
you could use your bardic inspiration, is what I'm saying. For
What do you
that.
mean you
Still?
get multiple
Yeah.
melee attacks too?
Why wouldn't I?
Um,
I get 2 attacks per
Yeah,
round.
if he gets 2
if
attacks
it's two,
in a
okay, I
turn.
thought it was just
Yeah,
2 ranged
that's-
attacks you got with the. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I get 2
Okay,
attacks.
cool.
Period. That's not just a bow thing. Yeah. I'll take my inspiration.
Okay,
on
well
that
then
one.
that definitely hits. So you hit him with the normal damage plus
then-
your charged up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. Where was?
Well, roll your normal damage first, and then you can just add d6.
Yep.
Oh, it added it already. Okay. Oh, that's your Colossus Slayer. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's 6
No,
plus the fire
Yeah,
damage.
because he's been injured already. Yep. So 6 plus that fire damage,
Which would be what?
and then I thought I rolled.
Oh, did
like
it have
up
it
here,
in the
didn't
roll?
I?
Okay. Yeah, normally it would. I thought you were.
6 fire damage. Yep.
Okay. Uh,
So 12 total. And then I put my sword away.
you can't put your sword away because that would be an action. You can drop it if you want.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you are now unarmed.
Yep. I'm gonna get my bow out.
And
next
my
turn.
connection to the server has been interrupted. Thanks, Roll20. Let's see. Well, I'm going to try forging ahead and see what happens. So we've got a bunch of guards anyway. Okay. He wakes up his buddy. And he still drools. His guy that just woke up wakes up the guy that just drools. And we're up to Voldry.
All right, I am going to target Captain Dude with a guiding bolt. Hopefully.
Yeah, that would hit.
Bam! Level 1 takes 15
Holy crap!
radiant.
He had 4
Nice.
hit points left.
Wow.
Oh, sweet.
So your
Holy
guiding
shit.
bolt consumes him in holy radiant fire, and in addition to the fire from his sword and from the firebolt and all the magic missiles in his face, in the last 6 seconds you basically obliterated this guy. He collapses to the ground, and he's actually on fire at the moment due to Dave's sword, but he drops.
and the firebolt and whatnot.
Yeah, all that combined in the last. He was at max health, and all of a sudden he's like dead on the ground.
Good. Run.
Voldry, anything else?
Well, I go up to him. I'll move up to him and start putting him out.
Okay,
Search.
you do extinguish the flames on him.
Search
Okay,
I'm gonna put him out. Yeah, extinguish the flames.
okay.
Yep.
Sorry, you can't be in the same square as the
Okay.
elk and Valkyrie.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
All right.
we're all
Sorry.
standing.
I would
around
say
him,
if you
so-
wanted
Okay,
to
well,
do that,
somebody
you
put him
could
out
you
then.
could basically occupy his square, but then you would take fire damage. You'd take 1d6 fire damage.
Yeah. All right. Somebody put him out.
Somebody put me out. I seem to be on fire.
I'll move up by a giant elk.
All right, to the guard. Let me see here. His boss just dropped, and okay, he's pissed because this is like his steady paycheck gig. So he's like, "Fuck you!"
Right.
He runs up and goes after Mirror with a spear.
Probably me. Yeah.
Oh, he got a non-natural 20 for 4 piercing.
Ooh, yeah, that hits. Okay.
What am I gonna do now for money? Tholzar continues to burn.
Yeah, that
Samril's
job.
up. I just watch him burn, man.
All right. I'm gonna make a 30 by 30 cube.
Ah, yeah,
all
you
of
could do
them.
that. They're all kind of
Nice.
clustered up above you, so great. So we get to do that again.
I'm
Oh, I
sorry
love
for
it.
ruining your night, Paul.
Fair enough. I do it to Tim. He just always makes his saves when I do it.
Yeah. Usually I just
All
roll
right,
well.
so
He just fakes the rolls because he doesn't
here
want to
we go
deal
again.
with it.
Yeah, exactly. He just
No,
goes,
I go through
he
every
passed, he
one.
passed, he passed. Hey, one of them made it. Let's see. He failed. He's back to Drool City. He failed. He failed. He failed.
Bless it.
And he failed.
Oh,
The guy is just a spirit mirror, that was. So we still got one guy who's not hypnotized,
Nice.
but the rest of them. Oh, wait. Let's see. Technically, I'd have to make this other guy re-roll because this would have disrupted your concentration for the
guy.
original spell, so it's a new
Yep.
wisdom save.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He failed too, so.
Oh,
Okay, so that's Samuel. You still get a move if you want to move anywhere.
oh, I'm still on the.
Go put him out.
Well, I can't attack. That was my action, but I'm gonna
Okay.
move there, and I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to. I'll give this one to the elk.
There you go.
Nice.
It is one inspired elk.
All right. So I do believe that the dude, I got so many. Whatever. We're gonna have some fun here. I'm gonna. So the elk is gonna move 20 feet, and I get it that he is hypnotized, but I don't care. I want the elk to pound this guy into the ground, so he's gonna charge.
I think you got to kind of, well, it's kind of,
Wait.
yeah, let's see. So if you move at least 20 feet straight towards a
going
target, see now, he's not straight really towards the target. It would, if the target was there, that would work. It's kind of like the charge.
What is the elk's movement?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's kind of like doing a right
Move
angle at the
30
end.
feet?
So
'Cause
technically,
So hang on a second.
Well,
so
you
let's do
could
this.
move like this way.
So
and
so
then
so the
charge at
so
it.
the elk has 60 feet of movement. I'm gonna do this.
yeah.
So if he moves out here and then
Yep.
Yeah, if he can get at least a
yeah.
20, yeah, he
Do
can definitely move out. I could see him moving out if you get enough movement and then charging in. That would certainly
Sure.
work.
Okay. So I was just for that's because it's gonna be fun. Let's see if he hit.
Nope, these guys have
Oh.
chainmail, so you hit them.
Wait, I got
But
He's got a bardic inspiration.
I got a
Well,
bardic inspiration for the rain.
You have your
right?
regular inspiration too, if you want.
Oh yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend that one. So I got 21.
all right, okay, so
Yeah.
that definitely hits
Okay,
him, gores him,
so
11 bludgeoning.
takes,
He actually had
uh,
11 hit points total.
Oh, you just kill
Right.
him.
Oh damn! I wanted to do the hooves on him too. So I knocked him out. Okay. All right. So then the panther is then gonna pounce. He can move. He moves 50. So he will do. I
Let
don't
the
know, he'll
carnage
do
begin.
whee! And then pounce on him. So this will,
Isn't this way more fun than negotiations?
Right. Fucker better have it on him.
Well, I figured out about where his house
Okay,
is.
so
Right.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
don't know
bite
that,
him.
But
That's gonna be a miss. I'm gonna claw him. Ooh, the claw hit.
16 actually.
So the
16 is what you
claw-
need.
yeah.
Oh, so bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Well, no, because I gave it
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think
give
there's
it
a
to
way
the
that
elf.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it works that way.
Okay, so then the boar will just run up and attack that guy.
Akuma Matata, bitch!
And I don't know, for fun, let's see here, I'm gonna do, how far can Groot move?
Did the boar move?
Yeah, he moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't.
So,
Or did he attack? I meant his
yes,
attack
he
didn't
attacked.
show up.
Oh, it just rolled it for the GM
Oh, yeah.
for some reason.
Oh,
10.
okay.
Yeah.
So Groot is gonna move here, and then he is gonna throw down his staff because I need more creatures.
Yeah, we don't have enough chaos here.
Here we go, Groot, aka the Beastmaster.
And then-
Oh.
And then he's too small. I don't know why the staff keeps getting small, but whatever. So it should be a 10-foot square. There you go. So
This
then
guy is so
the staff will
broken.
attack that guy.
Animals.
jeez.
Oh, my god. And he
Wait,
Oh,
which
God
guy? Wait,
damn
which
it,
guy is
that
he
one
attacking?
guy.
All right, that guy,
That
the
dude.
guy that was awake.
That
Okay.
dude.
the only guy that's.
Yeah, he dies.
Okay. And then Groot goes, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
just for fun. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Oh my god.
Look at all my pets.
Guards are all hypnotized at this point, looking at the animals like,
Hey, I think we should inspect this guy
Put
and
him out.
then just get
Well,
the
it's
fuck
Sorendia's
out of
turn.
here.
Yeah.
But he
All right. Well, I investigate this guy. Was he
Yes.
still on fire?
Put him out.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Whip it out.
He doesn't have the rapier.
I'm just gonna pat him down and look for the damn rapier. Does he have
You
it?
can spend an action to put out the fire. To search him for the rapier, that
I'll
would be
spend
another
an
action.
Action to put. All right, I spend the action putting out
Okay.
the fire.
He is no longer on fire.
All right, and I yell out to the other guys, "When you come to, I would get the hell
And they're all
out
like,
of here."
pretty lights. Mirror is up.
All right, he put out the fire. I'll rummage through his
Well, you
belongings.
didn't start the fire. In his belongings, you find, let's see, a great sword, heavy crossbow, very hot suit of plate mail, and you see tucked around kind of behind the plate mail with the hilt sticking out the back, and it looks like it's secured with some sort of a clasp. You see a hilt to what might be a stabby weapon.
I will undo the
Stand.
clasp and.
You can do that next round if you
See if
want to.
that's what-
At this point, you spent the round searching,
right.
but you did identify it. He's
Perfect.
now laying face down with that thing kind of
Nice.
sticking out and mirrors
Yeah.
pointing at it.
All right, I'll flip his body over, or well, I can't this round, but I think he's got
you've
it.
definitely identified it to
Yeah,
your
everybody.
companions. Guards continue drooling and drooling. Valdry's up.
Well, since I started this party, I will go up and I will search and unclasp it and remove
Okay,
said weapon.
you easily see the clasp that mirror's pointing to, so you unsnap it and pull it out, and yep, indeed, it is a rapier in nice shiny condition. It actually looks like he had some kind of a sort of a scabbard actually attached to the inside of his armor that fit it. So you'd need to like take his armor off to get the scabbard, but the weapon itself, it seems remarkably light and very nimble in your hands.
Nice.
I
Samuel.
or Samrel or Serendial.
Yeah.
What about them?
Um,
Yeah, what
One
about us?
of us will take it eventually.
which one of you want? Which one of you should wield this?
Well, we'll deal with it after.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
All right, I'll put it in the bag of
Okay.
holding.
No, it's pointy.
You puncture a hole,
Pointy,
and
okay.
everyone in the 20-foot radius
Ah!
gets sucked into an interdimensional. Never mind. That does not happen. You just drop it in the bag
Yay!
holder. Okay, guard drools. Samuel is up.
Can I pick up a greatsword and a heavy crossbow in the same turn, or no?
I'd treat that the equivalent as drawing a weapon, so I'd say you'd be able to pick up one of them.
All right. Well, then I'll pick up the greatsword, and then I will leave.
Okay.
I'll start to walk away.
Groot, what next for your animal reign of terror?
Yeah.
What say you, Beastmaster? You're muted.
We can't hear you.
Sorry. I said, oh, I also want to kill more people just because it's fun. But I'm not going to do that. So I am going to jump. Groot is going to ride.
Oh, God, of course he is.
Why
Oh,
not?
hell yeah.
Why not?
Sorry, he's going to turn the staff back into
You're like an
staff,
evil
and
Dr.
he's gonna get
Doolittle,
on the
man.
giant elk. Yep. And then the panther, the boar, and Groot and the giant elk are just gonna start walking away. I mean, these guys only have 11 hit points, right? Saunter off. Do 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 do.
I wonder if these guys are
I mean,
leaving.
if
with
Samuel's
Rambo, what
leaving, I'm
happens?
leaving. So, because I just do whatever Samuel says.
Okay.
Right.
Serendular, are you, what are you going to do?
He's leaving with all his animals in tow.
I'll
I'm
double.
riding one, so
Yeah, I will double move and I don't know, follow the menagerie.
Ride the boar.
Oh, man.
Well,
Ride
so-
the
if
snake.
you let me.
So, what are we going to do about these guards who have seen us? We can't just go saunter back in town, because when they wind up back in town, they're going to come looking for us.
We just leave town.
They're not even
they're his
part
guards.
of the. They're his guards. They're not part of the city guard. Who cares?
Right. They gotta find new jobs.
There's no reason to kill them. They didn't do anything wrong. They did. They were doing a job.
Mirror, what are you going to do?
So, seeing. Did anybody retrieve that hilt or no?
The hilt is attached to his armor. You would need to remove it to get to the hilt. The heavy crossbow, though, is still on the ground.
Yeah. I think we need that, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna take his armor off, and then
I don't see why we need it.
That'll take several minutes.
and then
If
we
you
could
want
probably
to. Yeah.
find another one, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah. We'll find another one.
I already have a rapier, so I probably already have a hilt. Like,
Yeah, true. Sounds good.
Um,
I'll
yeah, I use a rapier. Samuel uses a rapier.
all right. I'll follow them.
Okay. All right, so you're going to follow them, and Valdry, are you going to as well?
Yep. Double move.
How long
Get
does
up-
that hypnotic
by
thing
the-
last after you leave?
It's concentration up to a
well,
minute.
So
It's concentration.
yeah, it's
yeah.
up to a minute, but it doesn't have a range on it. So I think
Right.
it's literally just up to a minute.
Okay, so we basically have 54 seconds to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't lose
Sort of,
concentration.
yeah.
Yeah,
As long as nothing makes me lose concentration, like
Right.
casting another spell or being hit or anything.
Right.
Or
then,
watching Groot ride the giant elk.
yeah, that is very distracting.
naked.
The creature becomes
Naked.
charmed. While charmed, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. And okay, so they would not necessarily. They would be able to see you leaving. I mean, it's not like they're unaware.
They would see us leaving and they would hear what we're
Right,
saying.
exactly.
and
So they know
stuff,
you're
so,
leaving, and it's not
Yeah.
like they're unaware
And
of
so-
the surroundings.
Like that's why. That's specifically why I said leave them. They were just doing a job. There's
Yeah.
no reason
Okay.
to kill them because I
Right.
want them to know that we're specifically sparing their lives.
Except for the guy, yeah, elk
Well,
trampled.
except for the two that the giant elk
Well-
splattered. And the panther.
No, the snake. It was a snake that did.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
Yeah,
We
but
couldn't. We can't control that damn snake.
we tried.
To be fair, it was two animals.
Who is
They
this
don't know.
Demonic
right.
Dr. Doolittle that killed us. Okay, so you guys book out of the cemetery, and I'd say with a minute's roughly of movement, you're able to get in a random direction that they wouldn't be able to see. I mean, it's still night, and you guys can kind of
Right.
move together.
You know,
And I say we go in a different gate than the one we left.
Do we even have to go back to the city?
Well, because
well,
we got to
would go
teleport.
back to the teleporter.
Oh, we have to go to the
We'd
teleporter.
head
Okay.
straight
All right, well,
there.
I'm
Okay.
going to end the combat here. Let me just clear that.
I mean, we were only gone like 12 minutes.
Doesn't take long to create mass chaos.
I mean, to get to another gate, I mean, it would be like the only other gate is the bridge gate.
No, there's the south
Now you guys
gate.
know that getting
yeah.
out of the town is not that difficult. Getting back in at this hour is probably going to be trickier.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, let's like build a hut like
Oh, and
over-
hang out
over
outside
here
the
or
city.
something. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, up here.
that's not a bad idea, actually.
I mean, we have a tiny hut we can cast and
Yeah,
Let's do that.
camp out.
maybe like between these embankments.
All right. Yeah, if you guys want to head off in that direction,
Sure.
you're certainly
Yeah, we'll
going to
do
probably
that.
be able to lose any pursuit once these guys get unhypnotized. So, so you guys encamp off to the road far enough away that you aren't going to necessarily attract any attention. And once you have your hut up, no one's going to be able to see you anyway. Actually, I'm trying to think. Huts, it would be visible once the day comes. I mean, it's not like it's an invisible hut; it's just opaque.
Yeah,
So you maybe want to
Yeah,
tuck it a little bit more
it'd be off.
right.
behind
yeah.
some bushes or something,
Yeah.
or a tree or something. Just
Maybe like
Yeah.
right up there.
Or like in the that little.
you find
notch
some
there.
place that's not necessarily in direct sight of the road, but enough that it's
Yeah,
protected.
exactly.
So yeah, you guys are able to make camp and rest up. If you want to, someone can attune to the sword to confirm that it is what you think it is.
Well, I have the rapier of wounding. So, do you want? Which one do you want, Tim? The rapier of wounding or the other one?
Well, I guess, what is, well, we don't really know what this thing does yet, do we?
I was gonna say, if you
No.
attune to it, you would.
Okay, so we would have to attune to. Yeah, we'd have to attune to it. I guess I would say whoever's going to go more often toe to toe against a giant should probably wield it.
That's probably going to be me because you're more of a
Then I would-
spellcaster.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably more useful as a spellcaster.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could take the rapier of wounding if you like, and you can have the other one.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good. Then I will give you my rapier, and then I will.
Okay.
Take that
So
one.
Samriel, you attune, and Sorrendiel, you can attune to the rapier of wounding. Then.
There's the text if you want to paste that in, because I don't think it exists in the
Yeah,
compendium.
it doesn't seem
So-
to.
You can copy and paste that in for yourself.
Thank you.
The Giant Slayer. Basically, if you search under Giant Slayer, it's essentially an attribute for a weapon. It's in the compendium,
Or
but it basically would apply to any weapon. It makes it a +1 weapon to attack and damage rolls. When you hit a giant with it, the giant takes an extra 2d6 damage of the weapon's type and must succeed a DC 15 strength saving throw or fall prone. And that applies to any creature with the giant type, including Ettins, trolls, and so forth.
So it's an
Yeah.
extra 2d6 of the weapon's type. What is the weapon's type?
Rapier would be
Do I
piercing,
find that
if
out
I
when I
recall
attune to
correctly.
it? Oh, so it's 2d6 of
Yes.
piercing.
Piercing, extra piercing.
Gotcha.
So you're
Oh,
The prone thing's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
yeah, but they're gonna have a massive strength score.
a lot are
anyway.
going to have high strength, but not
right.
all of them.
And the damage, they
Because
get
the
the extra
rapier
damage no
wounding-
matter what.
Right.
And they can always roll bad though. You know.
Is the rapier of wounding a normal rapier with wounding effect or a +1?
I
Great.
had it just as a
Yeah,
normal
it's
rapier.
just
I
an
didn't
effect.
give any
Yep.
bonuses.
So it's treated as a magic weapon likely, but you
Right.
don't get a
It's
bonus.
not a if it
Yeah.
5e doesn't
Yep,
really do the
okay.
+1 magic rating versus +2. It's just magical or not, and it does count as magical.
Yep. Okay.
So that's that. You also had a few items kind of from the cache from the Margester
yeah.
family. So if
The scroll and the
if you want to spend some time
potions.
figuring that out between you guys, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Can do that while we're in the
Yes,
hut,
exactly.
right?
That's certainly possible before you go to bed. Let me just. Oops. No.
What was that scroll mind spike?
Yeah. Here, hang on. Let me just put it in the
Yeah.
chat here. Oh, it does not do multi-line text well. Here, hang on. There you go.
I think the line of the night has to be "Caw, motherfucker."
No, it was Caw, bitch.
Caw, bitch. That's right.
Think science, bitch. It's caw, bitch.
Caw,
Yeah, so it's
bitch.
Potion of Growth, the spell scroll, second level spell of Mind Spike, Potion of Invulnerability, and an Elixir of Health. And I did, since I think it was before last time actually, I have added the Volo's Guide to the compendium now, so everything in there should be accessible.
Sure. Can I ask you a stupid question? If you were to, so if like Paul or I were to polymorph into an ape, a
Mhm.
giant ape, and drank a potion of growth,
Oh my!
would we get even
Yes,
bigger?
exactly.
Would it be
That-
like King Kong?
Yeah, what
oh,
does that
yes,
that do? Like
exactly.
make you one size
You
bigger?
gain the enlarge effect of the enlarge reduce spell.
Oh,
And
neat.
that, I believe, it just increases your size. If I could type.
Man, I would cast that on a cheeseburger.
So, mine
Doubles in
mine
all
spike-
your size doubles in all dimensions, and your weight is multiplied by 8.
Wow.
And it increases your
Oof,
size by
holy
one
crap.
category. From medium to large, for example, if there isn't enough room, it attains maximum possible size in the space available until the space. It's basically it's the enlarge reduce spell with the enlarge descriptor.
It's the embiggening.
The
Islander the
embiggening.
embiggening.
That just, oh no.
Mine spike does 3d8 psychic damage on a failed save, and if they do fail their save, you always know the target's location until the spell ends, but only if you're on the same
Yeah,
plane
it's
of
actually kind of a cool
existence.
spell. And you would be able to
Yeah, it's great against somebody who's trying to be invisible.
You would be able to like transcribe that if you didn't want to just cast it too. If you wanted to add that.
Anyone can. Oh, can I?
Yeah, there's a cost usually involved, but it's not like.
Okay, because I'm not sure
Yeah,
how if I
take it
mix
out of
with-
party loot, man.
with
How does that work?
transcriptions. So
Okay.
yeah, if you're amenable to it, and I'll look it up
Yeah,
and figure it out.
there are multiple ways I think it gets handled. It's not like in third edition where everything was written down, so it's kind of like more we would come up with it.
Right.
But I absolutely see no reason why. I mean, you can copy stuff out of a spell book, so how this would be any different? It just likely involve the cost to scribing a normal spell and then perhaps some additional check. But yeah, let's look into that because I think that's a cool spell and that would be a neat thing for you to have. It's hard for wizards to get additional spells without stuff like this. So
Yeah. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold.
which is normal
so
scribing
this costs
process.
100 gold. Yep. So it'll cost 100 gold.
Nice.
But you guys are flush with cash too. Your recent
Yep.
adventures had yielded up quite a few cash items. So not too bad.
Oh, and I have to pass an intelligence arcana check
Oh yeah. I
of
should have saved
12
that.
or it's destroyed.
Yep, I recall that now. Yeah, there's an element of risk
Oh, no.
involved.
I see what's going on.
Does anybody I don't have 100 gold at the moment. Do we have to,
Party loot.
Party's got 100.
Okay, do you guys mind if I give
Hey,
it a
why don't you cast a bardic inspiration on him for that saving throw or whatever?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I will. If you ever need, I will give you a bardic inspiration.
All right. I'm going to attempt
right.
it then.
Samuel
Yeah.
plays a little bit of Tangerine Dream to get you in the mood. And
Nice. All right.
All right. So I have Mind Spike.
yeah.
Mind Spike.
Time for to play scanners, bitch. Mm.
Right.
Cool. All right. Well, I think
head back to the yard. Or
yeah.
circle?
Let's end it here, and we can pick up in the morning, and you guys can decide to go to the circle and decide on your next destination. Actually, it'd be good for me to know what you plan to do. You've still got
Well, yeah. How much time do we have left before we have to?
well,
meet
you
that guy?
teleported to
'Cause we probably
Yarder,
wanna
did
head
all
there
this in the
soon.
same day. So it's, I believe, the 20.
Right. True.
What I put it in the chat. Hang on.
Fourth. I think
Yeah.
it would be the 24th.
It was either the
is next
23rd
day.
or
I think you said it was
24th
the
of
23rd.
that when you arrived in Yarder.
We need 2 days to travel from Mirabar to the Xantharl's Keep.
Yeah, so you were actually, you got to Everland on the 23rd.
23rd.
Then you teleported and you spent the whole day doing all this stuff. So now it's the 24th.
Oh.
Ended. What the hell is it? Flaming death.
Flamethrower.
23rd of Flame Rule.
Okay, so it's now the 24th of Flame Roll. Or is it the 23rd? 24th?
24th
24th. And what day are we supposed to meet him?
in Xantharl's Keep.
The third,
Yeah.
the midsummer day. So between the 30th of Flame Rule and the 1st of the next month, which I'd have to look up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have like 7 days
Yeah.
to get there.
Right.
And it's going to take us 2 days of travel. So we basically have anywhere around 5 days to play around.
Roughly, yeah.
Well,
5 days to goof off.
So I believe that the map is also in the handouts. If you guys want to look around through
Yeah.
that, if it's not, let me know and I'll re-add it again. But I believe it's there. So if you want to take a look around and scout using the scale to see how much travel time you got, again, you've got a few leads locally, but not a ton. Or you could go early to Xantharl's Keep, or even to Mirabar, if you want to get there early and check things out.
Yeah.
You've got a couple options.
yeah. Well, we should do
Might
that.
not be a bad idea.
I don't
Did
think
we
we
just-
should hang around in town here too long.
Did we decide who's getting the potion of growth, potion of invulnerability, and elixir of health?
We did not.
Oh.
We should probably spread those out. Somebody who
Yeah.
gets into a lot of melee, probably the potion of vulnerability. I don't know if that's Paul.
Yeah. Root.
Well, I always shape changing this stuff. I don't
That's true.
kind of point.
Mm.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be very useful for me.
Which one are you trying to hand out?
Well, there's potion of growth, potion of invulnerability, and elixir of health.
Well, I should probably take Elixir of Health because then I could just administer it to someone.
Yeah.
I guess for fun, right? If I did the, well, no, I can't do the potion of growth either. Somebody have to pour it down my throat.
Can't an
Right.
ape drink a
After-
potion?
No,
After
but
you
what?
shake-
But when you change, all of your
Oh,
shit
yeah.
changes with you. So
Somebody
Right.
has to hand it to you.
yeah, yeah.
I'll take that. I can administer it to you
Okay.
sometime. I'll put that on my sheet.
Or if you wanted a third character
so
rampaging
potion-
around who's huge. We have Grape Ape, Donkey Kong, and really big mirror.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the Elixir of Health do?
That should also be in the
It's an
compa-
elixir.
Well, I know, but it doesn't show up in the compendium.
It's like that green stuff
Oh.
that people drink
It's actually
all
not.
the time.
Hold on.
It's maybe on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, for some reason it's not. It is elsewhere. Let's
Is
see.
D&D Beyond it?
When you drink this potion, it cures any disease afflicting you, removes blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned.
Oh, perfect.
So it removes any. Doesn't
Any
do any actually
conditions and
healing,
any
but it removes a
diseases,
condition.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's handy.
Any disease.
Yeah, it's
any
like it's
condition,
kind of like a
basically.
restoration spell.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't get
Or
rid of
lesser
fear.
restoration, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It gets rid of certain conditions. I
It
should
gets rid
say.
of physical conditions, so blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or diseases.
Yeah.
So that's useful. Yeah, I think that'd be good for you, Baldry.
Yeah. I will take that.
Okay, then who did Samuel take potion of vulnerability?
Sure.
Okay. Because if you're going to get in tight with giants with a rapier,
I'm
be good.
definitely going to get in tight with giants. That's happening.
When I go to D&D Beyond and search for Elixir of Health, I get other suggestions. Elixir of Heart, Elixir of Hearth, Elixir of Hearts, Elixir of Heal, Elixir of Healthy. But not health.
But not that.
but not that. God forbid.
Anyway. Yeah, so that if you guys are divvied up, then that's cool. Just let me know what you guys
Yeah.
plan to do. If
We
you
are.
do want to do stuff in Yarder or in the area. Again, you do have a couple leads. There's that whole, I mean, you kind of heard about Mornbryn Shield. I can't say it. Mornbryn Shield.
Can
But
we-
that's,
well.
I was
can
going
we
to say,
get
that's
there?
a bit out of the way. I think you'd be looking at,
It's like 2 days
Yeah.
travel each
Well,
way.
it's just
probably.
north of us. It's just north of us.
Probably like 2 to 3 days travel
right,
each
so
way.
you'd be looking
though.
at about 6
Yeah.
days.
And we only have
Yeah,
5 days.
We wouldn't make
Yeah.
it. Yep. I say we go to Mirabar early.
Yeah, let's go there and
see
check
what's
out
up-
that
what's
town.
going up there. Isn't that is that like a dwarf enclave up there
I was
too?
gonna ask if you guys wanted to go to Waterdeep for a little while.
Is there a reason to?
Just for fun.
Well, didn't we drop something off by a guy
we-
in Waterdeep?
Yeah,
I thought we
Oh,
dropped
that
the
dragon gem.
Dragon Eye.
That
We could-
purple thing.
Yeah.
That's like the first adventure. Yeah.
Right.
Well, but we also sent a message to him saying giants might be. We sent a message to him.
Right.
I remember at one point saying, "Be careful with this," or I thought we sent a message that someone was going to go and take that off of his hands because the fire giants might be looking for that.
Yeah, and you,
Yeah. Do we want to go check if everything's okay?
well, he was gone.
Yeah,
if
we
if
can
you
do
remember when
that.
you last went there.
Oh.
I don't know. I'd be in favor of just going to Mirabar.
Yeah. Let's carouse that town. and-
Yeah, you mean,
Wasn't there something at Xanthar's Keep as well? I mean,
well,
go to
that's
Mirabar,
Xanthar's Keep is
duck
where
down
you're
to
actually going to be.
Xantharos Keep is our ultimate
Right.
destination.
Oh.
Mirabar is
That's
the
where we're
richest.
meeting
Yeah, Mirabar is the
Harshnag.
richest city in the north. It's basically blah, blah, blah. Outer walls as wide as the base of many of the city blocks in Waterdeep. Defenders can fire arrows down from the wall. Blah 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 blah. Visitors often wonder why they don't see more dwarves, as humans make up the majority of the city's surface dwellers. But there's another city below the surface that that is dominated by dwarves. Underground, it's a city of lit residential caverns, superheated forges, foundries that operate day and night, and tunnels leading into the mines. So it's a big mining town, but the mining stuff is all underground, and the city above ground is mainly human. The Lord's Alliance has a pretty big presence. The city's defense falls to the Axe of Mirabar, a well-armed garrison. All members of that are shield dwarves. So yeah, it's a big dwarven community, but also lots of humans.
Yeah, I think we should check that place out.
And Xanthar's Keep is another stronghold to the south of that.
Mhm.
All right, and that's where we're meeting.
Harshnag,
there you were
yeah.
supposed to leave word at a tavern,
Yes.
because
Yep.
usually frost giants don't hang out and get admitted into a keep and just casual
Right.
wandering about.
Right.
But anyway, okay, so you're gonna hit the Mirabar next session. I will prep for that, and we
Yep.
will pick things up then. Awesome.
Great.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys. Good session.
Thank you to everyone except
We'll
Doc.
see
See ya.
See
Yeah,
ya.
like I said, that was way more fun than negotiations
That's right.
with money. Come on.
No, you stopped me from pissing off the The lady
Well,
in the bar.
Well, yeah, that too.
That was in character, though. That's exactly what Samuel would have done.
Yep.
Yeah, it was, and so was my, so was mine.
All right. Cool. We'll
Alright,
catch you
see you
guys later.
guys.
Have a good
Have a
one.
See you
Yeah.
guys later.
Yeah.
Bye bye.